From Hollywood, it's time now for...
Johnny Dollar.
Hey, it's Garrett, Johnny, Sheriff's Office. You can quit looking for Edward Russell. We found him.
Well, that's good news.
Is it? He's dead.
What?
Yeah, been dead for 3 or 4 days.
Where'd you find him?
In a cabin on the other side of the lake. Your hunch was good.
And expensive.
What do you mean?
It'll cost the company I represent a cool $50,000.
Tonight, and every weekday night, Bob Bailey in the transcribed adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Amalgamated Life Associates, Home Office, Hartford, Connecticut. Assignment, the Crystal Lake matter. Expense account continued. Item 3, $2.55. Telegram to Tom Wilkins of Amalgamated Life Associates notifying him of Edward Russell's murder. I was reasonably sure the telegram wouldn't make Tom sleep any easier. I headed for the office of Ansel Garrett, deputy sheriff in charge of the Crystal Lake substation.
Sit down. Not good, huh, Johnny?
No, not good. Not good at all. Who found the body, Ants?
A fellow named Bixby's waiting next door. I figured you'd want to talk to him.
Thanks, I do.
First, though, I'd like you to run over what you know about this deal again for me. I want to know just where we stand in it. People at this resort pay a lot of money for peace and quiet. I don't want to disturb it any more than I can help.
Good luck.
You meaning?
Meaning if you know where you stand in this deal, you're a lot better off than I am, and I've got a strong hunch a lot of peace and quiet's going to get disturbed before it's wound up.
I don't like your hunches, Johnny. You got a way of proving out. Like the one about Russell being dead. I suppose you give me the rundown.
Okay. And I can make it short because there's not much to tell. The company I represent holds a $50,000 policy on Russell. About a week ago, he disappeared.
His wife filed a missing persons report?
Yeah, Leona Russell over in Denver. She said her husband had told her he was going on an overnight business trip to Boulder. He never came back. His car was found in a garage in Colorado Springs.
His wife couldn't account for it?
No. She said she was completely in the dark.
I take it she's his beneficiary.
Oh, yeah, sure. I thought of that, too. I asked her about it.
What kind of an answer did you get?
Tears, mostly, and a pretty withering look. Either she's completely clean or she's one of the best actresses I've ever seen. The rest of the story you told me. How Russell came into your offices several days ago looking for a guy named Bill, last name and description unknown.
You know, like I said, there's a flock of Bills in this neck of the woods.
Yeah, no. The bartender, the man who runs the boathouse, a clerk in the hardware store, a few assorted others.
I told you I saw Russell having a drink with Betty Norton the same night he came to see me. Did you check her out?
Yeah. I had to go swimming with her in that sub-zero lake before she'd answer any questions, though. Then what I got from her was nothing. She said she'd met Russell at the hotel, had a drink with him, then left.
That's all you've got, huh?
That's it.
Well, that's precious little to go on. I'll let you talk to Mr. Bixby. Oh, Mr. Bixby, would you step in here, please? This is Johnny Dollar, insurance investigator. Mr. Clarence Bixby.
Hi.
How are you?
Not too good at the moment.
You got troubles. It was my cabin the body was in.
Oh?
The padlock had been changed, Johnny. Here it is. No fingerprints other than Bixby's.
I monkeyed with it for a while until I realized my key wouldn't fit, and then I pried it open with a big screwdriver.
Mr. Bixby, would you mind showing me your cabin and just what happened?
I guess not. Doesn't matter much now, anyway.
What do you mean?
Well, I was going to show the cabin to a guy when we found the body. He wanted to buy the place. But who'd want to buy it now?
Bixby and I drove halfway around the lake. His cabin was a couple of 100 feet from the edge and had a good view of the water. Well, a nice spot here, Bixby.
It was.
You use the cabin much?
I haven't been able to regularly for the last couple of years. So I got to figuring when I keep on paying for taxes and upkeep on it. So I decided to sell it.
Did you advertise it in the papers?
I did, and first crack out of the box, I got a hot prospect.
He's the one you brought up here to show the cabin to.
That's right. His name's Putnam.
Putnam. I'd like to talk to him.
He'll be staying at the hotel. Probably looking for another cabin to buy. Here we are.
Well, let's see. This is where the padlock was, huh?
That was the first thing I noticed, that the padlock had been changed. The one I had on there was better.
Whoever did it probably pried the first one off.
Yeah, right here is where I pried off the lock this morning.
Mm-hmm. Then what?
And I opened the door. The body was on the floor right over here. Bullet hole in the forehead.
I see.
Putnam turned green, and well, that's not a very pretty sight to find in your own cabin.
No. Well, let's go sit outside. The dead man, Edward Russell. Did you happen to know him, Bixby?
No, never set eyes on him before. Why did they have to pick my cabin?
That's a good question. Hey, that cabin about 100 yards away, who lives there?
Oh, that one? Owned by the Butler family. They spend their summers up here.
Oh, maybe they saw or heard something.
No, Deputy Sheriff questioned them. They arrived here 3 days ago. He figured that was the morning after the killing.
I see.
Have a cigar?
No, thanks.
What does it add up to, Dollar?
Well, at the moment, Mr. Bixby, not much. I sat there and watched Bixby tie his cellophane cigar wrapper into a neat little knot. And I realized that was exactly my situation at the moment. The whole deal was a knot, and I didn't know how to untie it. I went back to the hotel. Item 4 on expense account, $1.75. Telephone call to the dead man's wife, Leona Russell, over in Denver.
It was very considerate of you to telephone, Mr. Dollar. The authorities notified me of what happened. They want me to come up there and confirm the identification.
I see.
You don't think it could be somebody else?
I'm sorry, Mrs. Russell. I'm afraid not.
I guess I'd really given up hoping. All the time I was trying to tell myself he was alive, but...
Yes. Look, Mrs. Russell, have you ever heard of a man named Clarence Bixby?
Bixby? No.
Your husband was found in Bixby's cabin. Did you ever hear him mention the name?
No.
Okay. Thanks anyway. I'll keep in touch. I hung up and sat there a moment, thinking her over. She stood to benefit to the tune of $50,000 by her husband's death. She seemed on the up and up, and yet... Expense account item 5, another call to Denver, to the police department. I wanted them to check on her, but I found out that they and Ansel Garrett working together were a couple of jumps ahead of me. They'd already checked on Leona and established the fact that at the time of her husband's murder here at Crystal Lake, she'd been in Denver. I decided to look up Putnam, the man who'd wanted to buy Russell's cabin. I found him in the bar at the hotel.
Yes, I tell you, it was quite a shock, Mr. Dollar. When Bixby opened his cabin door, body sprawled there in front of us. Yes, quite a shock.
Yeah. How come you decided to buy Bixby's cabin, Mr. Putnam?
Well, my wife and I had been on the lookout for a cabin for some time. When I saw Bixby's ad in the paper, it sounded like just the sort of place I was looking for.
I see.
So I answered the ad, made the arrangements with Bixby to come up here and have him show me the place.
Mm-hmm. You still interested in buying a cabin up here?
Possibly. I've always wanted a place where I can come for rest now and then, but after what's happened, I don't think I'd be too happy in Bixby's place.
Mr. Putnam, the dead man's name was Edward Russell. Did you happen to know him?
Of course not. Why?
Ever hear of him before?
See here, Mr. Dollar, what is your reason for asking questions like that? Surely you don't think I'm involved in any of this?
No, routine, Mr. Putnam.
Well, I don't care for the routine, Mr. Dollar.
Well, look, I would... Skip it. See you later, Putnam. What pulled me into action was a glimpse I caught of the bartender. I started remembering a few things. Number 1, Edward Russell had been looking for a guy named Bill. Number 2, the bartender was one of several guys by that name here at Crystal Lake. Number 3, something I saw on the bartender's face made me think he could be the Bill that Russell been looking for. I left Putnam's table and slid onto a stool at the bar.
Hi.
Hi.
What'll it be?
Is that I.W. Harper there?
Yeah.
And soda, please.
Coming up.
Sort of quiet this evening, huh?
Yeah. Been a little slack this season so far. I imagine it'll pick up later on this summer. Here you are.
Thanks. Must have been quite a fight.
Come again?
You're wearing what looks like the tail end of a black eye.
Oh, yeah, that. No, I've been down to pick up a bottle of mix the other day, and I bumped my face on the corner of the bar.
You're, sure that's the way it happened, huh?
Where are you getting at, pal?
Better take a look at my card.
Insurance investigator.
Yeah. A guy named Edward Russell was in here a few nights ago with Betty Norton. He was looking for someone named Bill. By some strange coincidence, your name is Bill. And by an even stranger coincidence, you've got a black eye.
Okay, Dollar. So Russell did give me the black eye. I traded him a split lip for it.
What happened?
I still haven't figured it out. He was in here drinking. He started talking to Miss Norton. She called me by my first name, and suddenly this Russell heats up. He comes up to me and starts asking me a bunch of questions.
What kind of questions?
Well, mainly had I ever lived in Denver. I told him no, but he didn't seem to believe me. Got pretty insulting, and we ended up outside. He pasted me first, and I let him have one. Then I spotted the hotel manager and broke it off. They left right after that.
Well, why the cover-up about hitting your face on the bar?
Are you kidding? Look, how long do you think a bartender would last in a hotel like this if the management knew he got in a fight with a customer?
Particularly if the customer winds up dead, huh?
Yeah, I heard about the killing this afternoon. Tough, but I must say that guy was asking for trouble. I don't know what was eating him, but something sure was.
You didn't see him after that night?
No. Check on me if you want.
Oh, don't worry, I will. Hey, wait a minute.
What's the matter?
You said something a minute ago that just rang a bell. You said they left together after the fight. Who's they?
Russell and Miss Norton.
You sure about that? You sure she was with him when he left?
Sure, I'm sure. You don't miss any tricks about a guy like that. Hey, look. If she told you different, I don't want to get nobody in trouble.
That's where you and I differ, Bill. There's one person I want to get in trouble real bad.
Who?
The person who killed Russell. And right now, Betty Norton looked like an interesting possibility. I went outside and started walking along the lakeshore in the moonlight, thinking about it. She told me she'd left alone after one drink with Russell. But according to the bartender, she'd lied. She and Russell had left together. The motive stumped me, though. As far as I could figure, Leona Russell was the only one who could profit by her husband's death. Yet she didn't kill him. But Betty Norton, the girl who always had to play everything her way, I decided to have another talk with her and turned to go back to the hotel. Then I stopped. Out of the corner of my eye, I'd seen a movement near a tree on the slope above me. A shadow where there shouldn't have been a shadow. I scrambled up the slope. There was nobody in sight. So somebody was keeping an eye on me. Somebody who knew this area pretty well. A nasty thought started pecking away at me. To wit, in getting closer to Russell's killer, I might be getting closer to something else, too. A bullet.
Now, here's our star to tell you about tomorrow's intriguing episode of this week's story.
Tomorrow, a girl who lied and a padlock that didn't. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, is transcribed in Hollywood. Written by Robert Reif, it is produced and directed by Jack Johnstone. Be sure to join us tomorrow night, same time and station, for the next exciting episode of Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Roy Rowan speaking.
From Hollywood, it's time now for Johnny Dollar.
Oh, good.
Huh?
Johnny, this is Ben Pringle.
Ben, how are you? Still selling insurance for Star Mutual?
No, not anymore.
Oh, that's right. You were talking about retiring.
And I have retired. Yes, years ago I quit the insurance business and bought myself a poultry farm.
Well, good for you. Where is it, Ben?
It's right here in Vineland, New Jersey.
And how's it going?
Oh, terrible, Johnny. It's terrible.
Oh?
When I think of all the pretty chickens that I've lost.
Well, what seems to be the trouble?
Johnny, somebody's trying to put me out of business.
Well, I don't know who or why or how, but Ben, if I can be of any help to you.
Johnny, you can. I was going to call Star Mutual because everything I have is insured pretty heavily, but first I thought I'd make sure that you're available.
For you, anytime.
Well, then come on down here, will you? In the meantime, I'll notify the company that you're on the way.
Just give me your address and I'll be on my way.
Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, Act One of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Star Mutual Insurance Company, Home Office, New York, New York. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the sick chick matter. Item 1, 1050, train fare and incidentals, Hartford to Philadelphia. There, to be sure of adequate transportation, I rented a car. That's item 2, $50 deposit. The 35-mile drive south on Route 47 was uneventful, and I finally turned left onto Vineland's main street, Landis Avenue. Vineland, the heart of sunny southern Jersey. At least that's what the sign said. It's a busy little city. Landis Avenue, a busy street. Finally, I stopped at a mobile gas station on the far edge of town to ask about the address Ben Pringle had given me.
Just keep going straight out Landis Avenue for about 5-6 miles till you come to East Vineland.
East Vineland, huh?
Yeah, then you turn right, go about a mile and a half. You can't miss it. If you can pick it out from the rest of the poultry farm.
A lot of them, huh?
Vineland's the egg basket of the world. Where do you suppose Philadelphia, New York, and the rest get all their eggs and chicken?
Yeah, well, I'd better get underway. Thanks a lot.
Anytime, mister.
The gas attendant was right. There were enough chicken ranches in the outlying sections to supply half a dozen cities. And trying to pick out the one belonging to Ben Pringle was a problem. Finally, to ask further directions, I pulled up at the nearest farmhouse.
Yeah? What do you want?
I'm looking for Mr. Ben Pringle's place.
Oh, Ben Pringle. He's right next door.
Oh.
Ah, the poor man.
Poor man?
Yes, he's coming down here from New York. He'll spend all his money, and what happens? He's going to lose his flock.
Doesn't know much about raising chickens, huh?
Ah, he don't know nothing. Joe, my old man, he's try to tell him when he come here. It's take more than the money to raise the chicken. So why don't he get out? Why don't he sell out before he spend all his money and lose everything?
You think that's what he ought to do, Mrs.
I'm Lucia Sully. My older man, he's Joe Sully. What's your name?
Johnny, darling.
Well, then if you know him, you tell him. He's like all the rest.
How do you mean?
Oh, they make some money in the big city. They want to do what you call retire on it.
So?
So they're coming down here, buy a nice piece of farmland. We got a plenty nicer farmland here.
I can see that.
So they think all they need is some chicken houses, some chicken feed. And then all they got to do is collect the eggs. They'll make a lot of money.
But it's not that easy.
Huh. Ben Pringle, he's not listen to us anymore. He's going to lose his flock. He's going to have to sell out cheap. He's a lose his shirt.
And his farm goes to rack and roll.
Uh-huh. And that's when somebody else comes in. Somebody he don't know how to raise the chickens. They buy them up cheap.
Oh? Is that how you got this big place of yours?
Oh, sure. We started with a little place. We work hard. We make a little money. Then, when somebody like him comes along, we buy him out. We got a nicer, bigger place.
That sort of thing happen very often around here, Mrs. Renzulli?
Oh, sure, all of the time. You ask Tony Pasquale. Now, he's got a big farm. You ask Carmen Chinero. Same thing. You know Tommy Bernasconi?
No.
We ask him. Same thing. Same thing. What's the matter, huh?
Oh, I was just thinking, Mrs. Renzulli, it's pretty much to your advantage to see these people go broke, isn't it?
No, you're just the one man.
Frank, though, isn't it?
Look, I don't know who you are, what you want, what's your business.
My business is finding out why Ben Pringle's having trouble. Maybe who is causing it.
You get out of here. I don't like it the way you talk.
Sure.
I don't think I like you.
Yeah? Maybe you'll like me even less after I've talked to Ben Pringle. How about that?
Get out.
By
Golly, I'm glad you can make it, Johnny. Yes, sir. Sit down.
Yeah. Well, from what I hear, Ben, you're having a pretty rough time of it.
Oh, I suppose it's my own fault, Johnny. Walking into a project like this without knowing more about it.
Well, how deep have you gone into this, Leo?
Oh, my, too deep, Johnny, too deep. All in all, I spent nearly $40,000. That's just about all I have. And most of us had to go for replacing my herd.
Herd?
Yeah, my herd of chickens.
Oh.
And I thought it'd be so easy, just buy a few hundred chickens.
Yeah, throw them some feed, collect the eggs, collect the money.
Yes, and I'd be fixed up for life. Oh, dear, there are more diseases a chicken can catch. There are more lice and bugs. Oh, and now this.
Hey, Ben, you said something about somebody's trying to put you out of business.
That's right, Johnny, and I'm sure of it. But why, I don't know. I didn't know I had an enemy in the world.
Well, what's going wrong?
Well, just wait till you see my herd of chickens. And if you don't agree with me that... Oh, I'm sure you'll agree with me.
About what?
That they're being poisoned, that's what.
By whom?
I think I know. Oh, yes, sir.
Well?
By somebody who'd like to see me go broke.
So that he could buy you out cheap. Who, Ben?
I'll tell you who. Because he wants to add my property to his. And he's right next door. And his name is Joe Renzulli.
Act 2 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment.
And now for another episode in the life of Sergeant Donald Bellwether, my husband.
Reba! Reba!
What is it, Donald?
Confounded Reba, I can't find the fountain pen. I've looked all through this desk.
Here it is, dear.
Here it is.
You must have used it as a marker when you were reading this book. Let's see, this great literary classic, Six-Gun Showdown at Powder River Gulch.
All right, never mind about my reading habits. Just look at the coverage we're going to get with this new auto accident policy.
Let's see. Yes, collision.
$50 deductible.
Fire, theft, public liability, property damage, medical benefits. In other words, we have complete coverage.
That's right. Of course, it's going to cost us money. I'm sending the company a check right now. Gee, it's too bad we don't live in Rhode Island.
Rhode Island? Why?
Oh, because then our rates would be lower. Rhode Island has less accidents per capita than any other state.
Oh. Well, which state has the highest?
Let me see. Here it is, Nevada. No, by golly, Nevada's second highest. Alaska has the most.
Really? I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just too bad we can't eliminate traffic accidents completely. Not only would it save life and limb, but it'd be a lot less strain on the pocketbook.
Yeah, that's for sure. These automobile accident policies get more expensive every year, just because there's so many costly accidents.
Well, I'm glad we've got some good insurance coverage, Donald, but just remember one thing.
Oh, what's that, honey?
Well, some auto accidents ruin a fender, and some ruin a family.
Yeah, that's true. Very true.
But as far as I'm concerned, I don't want any of your old insurance money. I want you here at home, safe and sound. You'll always drive carefully, won't you?
Yes, I will, dear.
Oh, that's my Donald. That's my doll.
And now, Act 2 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the Sick Chick Matter.
Sure it's
Joe Renzulli.
Trying to kill off your flock, put you out of business.
Yes, sir, Joe Renzulli, and I'm sure of it. But just wait till you see him. Johnny, I have got the sickest herd of chickens you ever saw.
Okay, Ben, let's take a look at them. Though I'm afraid I don't know much about the critters.
You don't have to. Anybody could tell. Just anybody. Come on.
Have you talked with a vet about them?
Sure I have. Finest vet in the county, too. Dr. Goldhaft. Why, he has a regular laboratory. He's known all over the world. He's the one that cured him with the cholera, and the hepatitis, and the synovitis, and the coccygiosis. Johnny, after I've called him in so many times, he even gave me a book.
A book?
Yes, he did. So that I'd know what all the diseases were, and, well, so I wouldn't have to make him drive all the way out here when I'd just forgotten to give the hens their laying mash or enough water or something like that.
You'd forget to... Well, no wonder you've had trouble with your flock.
And I guess I was kind of a nuisance to him, too, but I did so want my herd to be a good one and lay a lot of eggs for me.
Well, what does the vet say about what ails them now?
Well, I haven't told him.
You haven't told him?
Well, see, I'm afraid I still owe him a pretty big bill.
Yeah, but look, Ben,
And I looked in the book. Johnny, and there's nothing in it about the way they are. There is not a word. And that's why I sent for you.
But, Ben, I told you, I don't know anything about them.
course, if you're right, if they're being poisoned. Oh, let's take a look at it.
Yes, yes. You'll see. You'll see.
You got a nice-looking layout, I'll say that. Nice new houses for them. Big fenced-in yards, or whatever you call them. And there's plenty of room for them to... Oh!
There, yes, sir. You see? They're all so sad-looking. They're just so sad and petulant. As though they hold it against me for whatever ails them. Those poor little things.
So help me, I've never seen it. Do chickens ever suffer from the blind staggers?
You mean the blind staggers? What do you mean, like horses get? Oh, no, sir, no, I'm sure. Because it isn't in the book. And if it isn't in the book...
Ben, you're sure you haven't been spiking their drinking water with some of your private stock?
Oh, why, of course not, Johnny.
You know, you were my one insurance contact that always suggested the nip of that bottle you kept in your desk.
Oh, now, Johnny.
Boy, these chickens sure look... Hey, you said you feed them a laying mat.
It's right here in the shed. Here, come on. But, what are you thinking of?
Well, if any of that stuff should get good and wet and ferment.
Oh, no. It's as sweet and dry as the day I bought it from Jake Rubinoff. There. See that? You see what I mean?
Who's Jake Rubinoff?
He's the biggest feed dealer in town.
Yeah, it certainly smells all right.
Yeah, it is all right. Oh, no, Sir Johnny. My herd has been poisoned.
And you suspect Joe Renzulli on the next farm?
Of course I do.
Wasn't he one of the people who tried to help you get started when you first came down
Oh,
here?
sure. Yes, he pretended to. But I can see now is just to look over my nice place and see how much he can get his hands on when I go broke.
Well, if you had some concrete reason for thinking he might be poisoning your flock...
I've seen him. Yes, I have. I've seen him with my own eyes. Come right over here at night, several times.
What?
And scatter something over the fence into my pens out of a big sack.
What was it?
By the time it was daylight and I could see, the chickens had eaten it all up.
You sure it was Renzulli?
Of course I am.
Okay, Ben. I'm going over and talk with him. I went back to the farm next door. I found Joe Renzulli in one of his sheds. Tall, husky, and well-tanned. He was hard at work building some kind of an affair with a large wooden frame.
There, he's finished. Like I say, Mr. Dollar, you keep the chickens in a cage up off the ground. They're more healthy. You get them more fat. Bring a better price in the market. Yeah. How you like that, huh?
I asked you a question, Mr. Renzulli. I'd like an answer. Now.
All right, I tell you.
I think you better.
It's because I try to help the poor man without his find out. So I throw it over the fence at night when he's in O.C.
Throw what over the fence? Well?
Here. I move this sack. There, you see? In this one.
XLNC Vitagrow supplement.
That's right, the vitamins.
Vitamins?
He's a chickens. They're sick. He don't know what to do. He's a waste all his money. He's a nice fella, so I help him.
You sure that bag doesn't contain some kind of poison?
Poison? Poison?
Yeah.
No.
Where'd you get that stuff?
Jake Rubinoff feed store. What are you trying to accuse me of?
Nothing. Yet.
I'm going to try to help the poor man, that's all. You don't like that?
I want a sample of that stuff.
Sure. Take all you want. So what are you going to do?
Well, it's too late now, but in the morning I'm going to take it into town to the feed place and check on it.
You go ahead.
And believe me, if there's anything wrong with it, I'm coming back here with the police in tow.
Police?
You better talk, Renzulli.
You don't understand. You don't know. It's smaller place like this. You got to stay friends with everybody.
Huh?
You make trouble for people, it's no good.
What are you talking about?
Your neighbor is your friend.
Oh, sure. Just like you're a good friend of Ben Pringle.
Yeah, that is so.
But you're protecting somebody who's poisoning his chicken.
No, that's a big lie.
Then what's all this double talk? Why are you so afraid I'll bring the police out here?
Well, I'm not. I mean...
Or maybe you've done something you're afraid they'll tag you for. Is that it?
No, that is wrong.
Fact remains you know something about Ben Pringle's trouble with his flock.
I tell you.
You've told me nothing. Okay, I'll find out for myself.
Good. That is good.
Huh?
You no live here. You find out. That's all right. That's good.
Find out what?
You find out.
And that's all I could get out of him. And on the way back to Ben Pringle's farm, I suddenly began to wonder if I hadn't stepped into something more than just a bunch of sick chicks. You know something? As it turned out, I certainly had.
Act 3 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment.
Do you know who said, absolute freedom of the press to discuss public questions is a foundation stone of American liberty? Those words were said by former President Herbert Hoover. Mr. Hoover was well aware of the important role that freedom of the press had played in the creation and growth of the United States of America. He realized that without freedom of the press, no democratic form of government could exist. One of the first steps in the path toward totalitarianism is the creation of a controlled press. A free press hampers the work of a potential dictator. When the press is free, the people of a country are free. When the press is not free, the people of a country are in danger of slavery. Remember the words of Herbert Hoover. They are part of your American heritage. Freedom of the press is a foundation stone of American liberty.
And now, Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar and the Sick Chick Matter.
By the time I got back to Ben Pringle's place, he had spread something that passed for supper on the kitchen table.
Just help yourself there, Johnny. There's plenty more in the stove. If I don't cook the best canned beans you ever ate.
Yeah.
Yes, aren't they delicious? Have some ketchup.
Hey, look, Ben, as I told you, I got nothing out of Joe Renzulli, except a powerful feeling that he's protecting one of your neighbors around here.
Well, you know how it is out in the country this way, Johnny. A man who tells on his neighbors, well, he's an outcast.
Hey, maybe that's why Renzulli didn't mind if I could find out what's going on here for myself.
I still think he's doing it. Yes, sir.
Whose place is that on the other side? I noticed a brand new Lincoln out front.
Oh, all right, yes. Well, he's a nice young man. Oh, he's real nice.
Yeah, what's his name?
John Culpepper. He came up here from the South. I can tell that by the way he talks.
Well, what's he do?
Oh, he just lives there, yes. He has some of the gayest parties, though. Young men, young women, all he wants to drink.
Oh, no wonder you like him. If you can scrounge drinks from him.
Oh, well, I have tried to drop him now and then, but he's always just shoved a bottle in my hand and told me to come back here and enjoy it by myself. And who am I to refuse a nice gesture like that?
That barn in back of this place. Horses? Cows?
Oh, no animals of any kind. It's a funny thing, though.
Yeah?
Well, I'm a very sound sleeper, you know, Johnny, very. But I'm sure that I've heard some big trucks pulling in there at night, and I've often wondered about it. But then I just went right back to sleep.
Ben, have you got a flashlight I can use?
Well, sure, Johnny, I have. I'll get it for you, too. Why? What are you going to do?
Let's, call it a little exploring. The night was warm, and some of Ben's chickens were still out in the yard. They were gathered by a section of the fence right next to the neighbor, Mr. Culpepper's barn. And I noticed something else, a well-worn path from that barn to the fence. Funny. Quietly as possible, I climbed over the fence and worked my way to the barn. There was a light on somewhere inside of it. And then I caught it. A faint, piercing odor that I hadn't smelled, so help me, since I'd worked on a case down in the hillbilly country of Kentucky. I sneaked over to a crack in one of the barn doors. Inside, I could see cases and cases of bottles and the outline of a huge copper still. Moonshine.
Stand still, mister.
Huh?
Don't you move, sir. I'll blow your head off. Revenue, huh?
Revenue?
I've seen you poking around Renzulli's and Pringles today, and I figured you might be dropping in. No, keep your hands up.
Oh, now look, Culpepper.
No, you look.
If you'll reach inside the pocket of my jacket, you'll find a card case that'll show you who and what I am.
You know, I might just do that now. But don't you try anything funny. Keep them right up over your head.
If you'd like this flashlight.
Don't move. There's enough light coming through the crack in this door. Now, you stand still while I... Johnny Dollar. Insurance investigator?
That's right.
Well, then what are you doing here?
Culpepper, the only interest I have in your still is what it's doing to Ben Pringle's chickens.
What's that?
Yeah, and in getting this gun away.
No, I'll shoot you.
No, you don't.
Look, I'll make a deal with you. Say a couple of $1,000 to keep your mouth shut about my still.
I told you, I don't care about your still.
Then I don't get it.
That's out of my bailiwick. All I care about is... Wait a minute. You make whiskey out of mash. Have you been dumping sour mash over Pringle's fence?
Oh, sure, to destroy the evidence.
Holy smoke. Then all that's wrong with Ben's chickens is that they're drunk. Boiled to the gills.
You mean to say that old used...
Yeah, I mean to say. Now, come on. I think you and Ben had better have a little talk. So they talked, Ben and Culpepper. In exchange for not being reported, Culpepper agreed to pay my expense account, Ben's veterinary bills, and to move out of the county. Oh, I suppose I should have notified the local authorities of what was going on. But isn't that really a job for the company? After all, like I said, it is out of my bailiwick. Hey, you know something? The stuff Culpepper was turning out in that old barn wasn't half bad. Expense account total to the company, nothing. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood and is produced and directed by Jack Johnstone, who also wrote today's story. Heard in our cast were Lucille Meredith, Howard McNear, Gil Stratton, Jack Moyles, and Sam Edwards. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Dan Cubberly speaking. Johnny Dollar has been a presentation of the United States Armed Forces Radio and Television Service. For your listening enjoyment, John Lund as Johnny Dollar.
Bill Randall, Johnny, and are you ever a lucky stiff?
Well, coming from you, I have my doubts.
How can you say that, man? Getting away from all this rain and cold, basking amidst the sweet-scented blooms of magnolia and honeysuckle?
Uh-huh. Where is this springtime paradise?
Charleston, South Carolina.
And what caught fire down there?
The Ambrose Cooper Paper Company, Johnny, burned halfway down to the ground last night. Second fire there in 2 years. Cost one of their secretaries their life and could cost us around $100,000.
Well, you can afford it, even if she couldn't.
Not if it's arson, we can't.
Well, maybe the mint juleps are in bloom down there, too.
Now for just a few words on the subject of getting things done. Within the past few years, a new plan of activity has sprung up in America, the do-it-yourself plan. Whether you want to build a better mousetrap, a house, a rocket ship, plant a garden, or have some new clothes, you can buy the plans or patterns and do it yourself, which is a good idea. But there are still many things which can be done better with advice and help from the experts. For example, If you want to know the best way to plow the land, irrigate fields, or terrace your sloping acreage, there are experts who are always at your service. The engineers who are employed by the Department of Agriculture. They are also the ones to ask for advice in constructing the buildings and potato cellars and seed beds on your farm. If you need electrical power on your farm, the department's electrical engineers will give you the help you need. Perhaps you may want to know the best way to can vegetables, what special shoe to buy, or how to plan the right kind of meals. If you do, the Bureau of Home Economics issues booklets on almost everything that goes into a home. If you want to set up a practical bookkeeping or accounting system to help budget and control your farm expenditure, the Department of Agriculture will help you work out the system which is best for you. It will also give farmers advice on financial matters, even help with cash loans, and help the farmer establish prices for his products which are fair to both him and the buyer. All in all, the Department of Agriculture is a right neighborly organization to deal with, and an important part of your United States government.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Home Office, Eastern Fire and Casualty Company, Hartford, Connecticut. The following is an accounting of expenditures during my investigation of the magnolia and honeysuckle matter. Expense account item 1, $53.40. Airfare and incidentals between Hartford and Charleston, where I checked into the Colonial Hotel. Expense account item 2, $50 rental of a cream-colored convertible, which I drove down to police headquarters. Lieutenant Hervey of their arson division was working at the scene of the fire, so I went over to see how he was making out.
It's only been a couple of hours since it cooled down enough to dig into Dollar, but you sure didn't make the trip down here for nothing.
You figure it was torched?
No question about it. Come on over here.
Yeah, sure.
This is where the offices was. The plant itself was back over there. Damage isn't too bad back there, but you sure got hotted up in a hurry out front here.
Mm-hmm. Looks like this was a private office of some kind.
It was. Norman Cooper.
The insurance policy shows that Mrs. Alice Cooper is sole owner of the outfit.
That's right. Norman's her son. Oh. There's another Cooper who works for the outfit, too. Robert. Younger brother of old Ambrose Cooper, who died about a year ago.
In that other fire?
Yeah. But here's what I want to show you. Take a look at that floor.
Uh-huh. Deep charring, flaring out from the center.
Yeah. Probably some highly inflammable liquid, kerosene, gasoline, something like that. Amateur job, too. No professional bug would leave a trail that plainly marked.
Who turned in the alarm?
Night watchman. He was at the far end of the plant making his rounds when it broke out. By the time he got here, there wasn't anything for him to do but pull the bar. It was clocked in at 4:17 a.m.
Where's he now?
Over at General Hospital, getting some burns doctored up. He got him trying to pull the girl out.
What about that girl?
Name's Felicia Farrell. Norman Cooper's secretary. She was lying on the floor right over there.
The fire killer?
They're posting her now. Coroner should let us know in a couple of hours.
Well, it doesn't make much sense, does it, Lieutenant?
Not true, Farrell. An amateur torch job. The Farrell girl being down here at 4 in the morning, Norman Cooper might be able to clear it up for us, though.
Yeah? How's that?
He took the Farrell girl out last night.
Oh, what's he got to say about it?
We don't know. Haven't been able to find him since.
There was nothing more I could do at the scene of the fire, so I went to pay my respects to our policyholder, Mrs. Alice Cooper, whom I found silver-haired and gracious, serving tea in her mansion on Laguerre Street. She fitted perfectly into a picture of the Old South. Her brother-in-law, Robert Cooper, was also present. He struck a more discordant note.
It was so nice of you, Mr. Dollar, to find time from your pressing duties to come calling on us.
Actually, I should think that the interests of Mr. Dollar's insurance company would be more properly served in some other way.
Just what did you have in mind, Mr. Cooper?
From what Lieutenant Hervey tells us, There's definite suspicion that the fire was deliberately set. Your time might better be spent among the criminal elements of Charleston rather than here.
Now, really, Robert, I'm sure that Mr. Dollar is a more qualified judge than either of us as to what procedures he must follow. Some tea, Mr. Dollar?
No, thanks, Mrs. Cooper.
Robert?
If you please, Alice.
I presume one of the first things you'd like to know, Mr. Dollar, is the present whereabouts of my son, Norman.
Do you know where he is, Mrs. Cooper?
He's away on a hunting trip, Mr. Dollar. He left last night, around midnight. Norman loves to go hunting. It's his favorite sport, you know. He'll be back in a few days to answer any questions you might have.
Uh-huh. Isn't midnight a rather unusual hour to leave on a hunting trip?
Now, look here, Dollar. I strongly resent the implications in this line of questioning you're pursuing.
I imagine Felicia Farrell strongly resents the fact that she's dead, too.
Norman had nothing to do with that. Or with the fire.
Of course he didn't, Robert. But Mr. Dollar is certainly entitled to the information he desires. Mr. Dollar, midnight's the time Norman prefers to leave on his trips. That way he arrives at the hunting preserve at dawn. He always says it's the best time for shooting.
Mm-hmm. I understand he had a date with Felicia Farrell last night, Mrs. Cooper.
Yes, that's right. It took her to a company dance at the country club. It was over at 11. He brought her back home and then left on the trip.
Just how friendly were your son and Felicia Farrell?
Why?
I'll answer that, Alice. And I'll put it bluntly, Mr. Dollar. Felicia Farrell was extremely attractive, but hardly the kind of girl Norman would consider marrying. And so far as I know, there's still no law against the sowing of a few wild oats.
There is if the harvest turns out to be murder.
Alice.
I'm sorry. That was terribly clumsy of me. Are there any more questions, Mr. Dollar?
Not now, Mrs. Cooper. And thanks. Back at the paper factory, I learned that Lieutenant Hervey had returned to police headquarters. So I went to a lunchroom across the street to call into him. Expense account item 3, 55 cents. Phone call, hamburger, rare, and a cup of coffee.
Hey, mister, one hamburger rare with the works. I figure it's done the way you wanted it.
Oh, it looks fine.
And that was coffee you said you wanted with it, isn't
That's right.
Yeah, there's sugar and cream.
No, black.
I see, sure thing, sure thing. See, that sure was a mighty big fire they had across the street last night.
Yeah, I guess it was.
Yeah, kind of run into bad luck with fires, the Ambrose Cooper folks. The second one in 2 years they had.
Uh-huh.
My, it was real pretty, though it was. Much prettier than the first one. Old man Cooper himself got burned to death in that one, you know.
You saw the fire last night?
Oh, yes. It was real pretty. The place sure looks like a mess now, though.
How did you happen to be around at 4 in the morning?
Well, the night man was sick, and the boss made me take his turn. Oh, he's always doing that, the boss. He kind of makes the fellow mad, too, having to take another fellow's turn like that.
Yeah. Did you see anybody around the place last night?
Well, no, there wasn't nobody around that I seen. Of course, it was nobody but old Horace, that is.
Horace?
The old Horace Singleton. And the night watchman over there. Oh, it's no wonder they're always getting fires with old Horace around.
Yeah, why is that?
You wouldn't ever need to ask that question, mister. If you'd seen him the way he was in here last night.
He came into the restaurant last night?
Oh, yes, he always does. He gets to nipping at that bottle of his. And then somewheres around 3 or 4 in the morning, he begins to feel like having a little bit of company.
So he'd been nipping last night, too.
Nipping? Man, he was drunker than 40 hoot owls. Oh, he was real happy. Real happy, old Horace was. Said he was kind of celebrating his retirement.
What time was that?
Well, let me see. That was maybe 10, 15 minutes before the fire broke out. But I never figured old Horace would be rich enough to retire, though. I always thought every extra cent he made went for booze.
How come you didn't tell the police all this?
Well, I don't know. Well, I never thought about that again. You think maybe I ought to tell them something about that? They ought to know something about that, huh?
Well, they might be interested. I relayed the information to Lieutenant Hervey at headquarters, and he checked with General Hospital. The watchman, Horace Singleton, had been treated for superficial burns and discharged an hour before. We started out in Hervey's car to see if we could pick him up for questioning at his home.
It might make some sense, Dollar. We figured Singleton might be suspect in that other fire when Ambrose Cooper died. never could dig up any proof against him, though. Can't figure out this crack about his retiring. The old coot's dead broke, so far as we know. This is his street here. Charleston's not very proud of this neighborhood with all these shanties and shacks.
That shack in the middle of the next block. Is that where he lives?
That's the place, the one with Dollar.
Yeah, looks like we're just in time to pull the box on a third fire. By the time we got there and broke down the locked front door, the fire was really getting underway. Right in the middle of it was a rickety iron cot, and in the middle of the cot was the body of Horace Singleton. An empty whiskey bottle was still clasped firmly in his hand. We managed to get him outside just as the first pumper rolled up in answer to some neighbor's call.
Come here, dear Dollar. I didn't think we were going to make it.
Well, we could have saved ourselves the trouble.
Yeah. Not going to answer any questions for us now.
Well, he answered one.
How's that?
Whatever else he might have done, he didn't set that third fire. Not even the worst corn liquor smells like raw gasoline. We waited around just long enough for the coroner's man to come out and pick up Horace Singleton's body, and then went back to headquarters.
Looks like we're in kind of a rut, Dollar. 3 fires, 3 bodies. And we're getting nowhere fast.
Well, at least we've got a pretty classic arson pattern.
Yeah, the use of fire to destroy the evidence of another crime. This ties in, too. The coroner's report on Felicia Farrell.
Lung tissue not seared or burned. Definite evidence of oxygen starvation. Probable cause of death, asphyxiation prior to exposure to fire.
And I'll give you 8 to 5 right now. We got the same type report on Horace Singleton.
So we've got a pattern.
I know. Still doesn't tell us who or why. I sure like to... Excuse me. Lieutenant, hurry. Here? Where? Uh-huh. Did you search your car? Here, I got it. Bring them down here to headquarters. I'll be waiting. Thanks. That might help clear up a few points, Dollar. Young Norman Cooper was just picked up by the Highway Patrol for speeding.
Did they happen to find some hunting equipment in his car?
Yeah. Some other things, too.
Like what?
Felicia Farrell's handbags and a couple of empty gasoline cans.
You know, many great men have attained the highest office in our land, the presidency of the United States. Can you guess the name of this man? He has been called a lawyer by profession, a fighter by choice, and a politician by force of circumstance. And he was outstanding in all 3 fields. In 1788, at the age of 21, he was appointed public prosecutor for the region which is now Tennessee. As president, he was the first to introduce the National Convention for the nomination of presidential candidates. During his campaign for the presidency, his opponents attempted to smear him by an unwarranted attack on his wife, Rachel, who never recovered from the ordeal and died just before her husband's inauguration. If you don't have his name by now, here's one more clue. During the Battle of New Orleans, as Major General of the Army, he accepted the help of the pirate Jean Lafitte. Who was he? Andrew Jackson, 7th President of the United States. His life is part of your American heritage.
And now, with our star, John Lund, we bring you the second act of Yours Truly, Johnny Dollar.
It took about 45 minutes for the Highway Patrol to bring Norman Cooper down to headquarters. When we sat down with him in Lieutenant Hervey's office to talk things over, he didn't seem too upset at the prospect.
I caught the news on the radio up in Marlboro County, turned right around and head back home. That's why I was speeding.
You sure that's all you know about it, Mr. Cooper?
Of course it is, Lieutenant. How could I know anything else?
You had a date with the Felicia Farrell last night. What time did you bring her home?
Why, somewhere around 11:30, 12:15. Must have been around there. I was ready to shove off for my trip at midnight.
Anybody see you bring her home?
Why, no, not that I know of. I just dropped her off at her apartment and drove on home. No, I don't think any... Say, what is this? Are you trying to accuse me of having something to do with that fire and Felicia Farrow dying?
We're just trying to get some information, Mr. Cooper.
Well, I don't like the way you're going about it, Lieutenant, holding me down here, questioning me this way. I think I've got an explanation coming.
Maybe you'd better explain how come Felicia's handbag was found in your car.
She left it there. Forgot it when she got out.
Did she forget those empty gasoline cans, too?
Gasoline cans? What do they got to do with this?
Mind telling us what they were doing in your car, Mr. Cooper?
No, I always carry extra gas along with me in case I run out on the road. That's what happened this time. Look, you're just trying to build up a great big thing out of nothing. Why should I want to kill Felicia? Well, I hardly knew the girl.
She worked as your secretary. You took her out dancing last night.
Sure I did, to a company dance. It was the only date we ever had. The only reason I took her was the girl I usually go with stood me up.
Who's that, Miss Cooper?
Oh, her name's Marianne James. Lives at 611 Crescent Drive. She's the girl I've been going with. She can back up what I'm telling you.
We'll check with her.
How come you thought I was Felicia's boyfriend anyhow? Didn't the fellow who was really taking her out square you away on that?
Who are you talking about, Cooper?
Well, the man my mother's going to marry. My uncle, Robert Cooper.
While Norman Cooper was giving his statement to the police stenographer, Hervey made a few calls around town trying to locate Robert Cooper. He came up with nothing, so I drove to Marianne James' address. Nobody was home at 611 Crescent Drive, but a gossipy neighbor informed me that Marianne James worked as a hostess and guide at the Botanical Gardens, 15 miles north of town on U.S. Highway 52. Expense account item 4, $1.50, entrance fee to the gardens. According to the modest sign out front, I was entering 250 acres of the most lush and beautiful flora to be found in South Carolina. Marianne was one of 10 Southern belles whose job it was to paddle enraptured tourists around artificial canals in flat-bottom boats, while intoning the glories of nature to be found there. I waited until her boat was free, then stepped aboard and we pushed off.
You'll notice over there on the left bank, sir, the border of azaleas for which the botanical gardens are justifiably famous. There are over 47 different varieties of these lovely, delicate blooms, ranging all the way from the purest of virginal white to the deepest shade of passionate red.
Okay.
Now, straight...
Okay, Marianne. You can relax now.
I beg your pardon, sir.
We're out of sight of the dock. Suppose we talk about something more interesting for a change.
The rules of the garden, sir, forbid us girls to enter into any personal conversation with the visitors here.
Must get pretty boring.
Oh, you don't know the half of it. I get so sick of azaleas and magnolias and honeysuckle at times I could just... Say, now, wait a minute. You're not one of those company spies, are you?
No, not this time. My name is Johnny Dollar. I'm an insurance investigator.
I can't say I rightly know what that means, Mr. Dollar.
Well, boiled down, it means I'd like to ask you a few questions about Felicia Farrow.
Felicia Farrow? I don't think I rightly know anyone named... Oh. Now, you're not talking about that poor girl who got herself burned to death in that fire last night.
Yeah, that's the one.
I read about that in the papers this morning. That poor, dear thing. What a perfectly nasty way to die. But I'm afraid all I know about her is what I read in the papers, Mr. Dollar.
That's not what Norman Cooper says.
Norman? Did he say I knew anything about Felicia Farrow?
That was my general impression, yes.
He's just a darling old thing, Norman is, but he sometimes gets the craziest ideas. A poor girl like me working out here hardly gets a chance to meet anyone.
Oh, is that so?
I should say it is. After all, a girl needs clothes to go out and meet people, you know. And you can't possibly imagine what perfectly miserable salaries they pay us here.
Yeah, I think I can. Well, what do you know? Looks like somebody dropped some money in the boat.
Now, did one of those careless visitors here do that? I swear, some people would lose their heads if they weren't fastened on.
Yeah.
If you'll give me that bill, Mr. Dollar.
Oh, sure. Here.
Now, what were we talking about?
Felicia Farrow.
Oh, yes. The poor dear girl. Of course I knew her. What was I thinking of to say I didn't?
You know where she was last night?
I ought to.
Oh? Why is that?
I had a date to go to the company dance with Norman, but at the last minute I got a silly old headache. I didn't want to spoil Norman's fun, so I asked Felicia to go with him instead.
Has she ever gone out with him before?
With Norman? Well, hardly. He's been escorting me around for the past year or so.
Who did she go out with?
Felicia? Oh, no one in particular.
Well, what about Robert Cooper, Norman's uncle?
I heard Felicia talk about him once or twice, but that's all. I know for certain she never went out with him.
Well, Norman said she'd been going out regularly with his uncle.
He did?
That's right.
You know, that's very embarrassing, Mr. Dollar.
Oh? Why?
Well, Norman's such a darling old thing. I sure hate to get him to any trouble. But it stands to reason that one of us is lying. And I sure know it isn't me.
After floating around the gardens for 30 minutes more without Mary Ann changing her story, I headed back to town in the Colonial Hotel. There was a message from Lieutenant Hervey asking me to call him at headquarters the minute I got in.
Been checking the bank accounts of the people involved, Dollar, and it looks like it's paying off.
Well, it's about time something did.
Felicia Farrah made a cash deposit of $500 over and above her salary checks each and every month for the past 2 years.
What about Norman's account and Mrs. Cooper's?
Nothing there. But Robert Cooper's account shows a correspondent cash withdrawal of $500 2 to 4 days before each of Felicia's deposits.
Have you picked them up yet?
No, but we will. And it's not too tough to figure now.
Well, a blackmail motive might be a little hard to prove without knowing what Felicia had on him.
Felicia Farrah has a safety deposit box in the same bank.
Can you get a court order to open it?
We're getting one now. Care to join us?
I don't mind if I do. We found that the safety deposit box was held jointly by Felicia and Mary Ann James. The vault records showed that Mary Ann had been in to open the box earlier that same day. And the box contained a marriage license, issued a year before to Felicia Farrell and Robert Cooper.
You can't ask for a better blackmail motive, Dollar. Robert wanted to marry Mrs. Alice Cooper while he's already secretly married to Felicia. She really had him over a barrel. No wonder he killed her.
Yeah. The death of the watchman makes sense now, too.
Sure, he must have stumbled into it while Robert was killing her and figured he could do a little blackmailing, too.
Well, it looks like 2 down and 1 to go.
What?
Somebody else could have the same idea.
Mary Ann James?
The license isn't proof of marriage, but a certificate would be. And she was into this box for something today.
If she figures on trying the same thing, Dollar, and Robert Cooper follows the same pattern.
That's just what I was thinking. A phone call to the Botanical Gardens brought no answer. It was after 5:30 and the place was obviously closed. There was only one place left to go. 611 Crescent Drive.
Oh, hello, Lieutenant. Mr. Dollar?
What are you doing here, Norman?
Oh, I'm waiting for Mary Ann to get home. You see,
You mind if we come in?
Why, no, not at all.
Thanks.
Miss James hasn't come home yet?
No. I've been expecting her. She's usually home about this time. We had a date, but she phoned and said she'd be a little late.
Did she say why?
Yeah, she said she had to meet someone at the gardens after closing time. Some kind of a business deal or something. Why, did you want to see her about something important?
You could call it that. We covered the 15 miles out to the Botanical Gardens in something like 11 minutes flat. The place was dark and deserted looking except for 2 cars in the parking lot. The hood of one of the cars was still warm, and it was registered to Robert Cooper.
He's in there with her, Dollar. No question about it. Where?
I don't know, but with 250 acres to cover, we better get started. We split up and headed into a night-blackened mass of tropical foliage. There didn't seem to be a prayer of finding anyone in there, but I figured that 47 different varieties of azaleas was as good a place to start as any. But it didn't look as if I was right.
Cooper! Cooper! Where is he, Dollar? Can you see him?
In that clump of magnolias.
Get away from here! Get out! gun out, Cooper. All right. All right. Here's my gun. All right. Yeah. I threw my gun down, Dollar. I threw it down.
I see it.
What about the girl, Dollar?
She seems all right. Passed out with shock.
She shouldn't have tried it. Blackmailing me. Refusing to let me go. Wasn't my fault. Nothing else I could do. There's no crime worse than blackmail.
Felicia Farrow could think of one. Expense account item 5, $18.30. Hotel bill and miscellaneous. Expense account item 6, $52.70. Airfare and incidentals back to Hartford. Expense account total, $176.45. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
From Hollywood, it's time now for Bob Bailey as
Johnny Dollar.
Hugh Bryan, Mr. Dollar. How are you this morning?
Not so good. I didn't sleep very well. How'd you do?
I think I have about what you want on John Reardon.
Well, if you haven't, I can get it from Mrs. Reardon.
What? Well, I thought you didn't want to tell her about the report, that her husband might still be alive.
She knows. She overheard us talking last night.
Oh. Well, what do you want to do?
I might as well look at what you have and get this over with. How about an hour from now?
I'll be waiting for you.
Tonight and every weekday night, Bob Bailey in the transcribed adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Universal Adjustment Bureau, Baltimore, Maryland. The following is an accounting of expenditures during my investigation of the Chesapeake fraud matter. Expense account item 6, $1.50. One collect telegram from Denver, Colorado.
I've located Frank Bowers as per your request. Cursory investigation discloses little evidence that would lead me to believe he might be the John Reardon of Baltimore. Looks like a ham bone to me, Johnny. What do I do now? Signed, George Hanley, George Hanley Investigations Incorporated, Denver, Colorado.
Item 7, $2. Same thing. Telegram from me.
Things are about the same way here. Sit tight. I'll see you in a day or two. Love, Johnny.
Once the telegrams were out of the way, I walked 3 blocks from my hotel to the office building of Hugh Bryan. It was an impressive place full of lawyers and doctors. Hugh Bryan looked a little haggard when I saw him.
It took me a while to get all this together. Half the night.
There wasn't that big a rush.
Oh, get it out of the way. The sooner you have what you need, the sooner you can make sure, and the sooner I won't worry about it anymore. Did you talk to Elizabeth yet today?
No, just last night.
Oh, I thought maybe she might have called you this morning. I'm so sorry for that girl.
Well, don't feel too bad, Mr. Bryan. We both did everything we could to keep the report that her husband might be alive from her. Awkward as it was.
Yes, I know. I still don't understand it, I guess.
Well, a man named Coombs, an insurance official, thinks he saw Reardon in Denver last week using the name Frank Bowers. He's sure that Bowers was Reardon. If he turns out to be Reardon, the insurance company's been taken for $20,000 they paid to Elizabeth Reardon, just to set you straight.
Well, that'd make Elizabeth party to a fraud. And John. Lord knows that's silly.
Well, silly or not.
Yes. Well, here's what I have. Now, this is one of the last pictures taken of John Reardon.
Mm-hmm. Have the negatives?
Yes. Here. And these are some vital statistics on him. The physical part I got from his doctor.
Mm-hmm.
He stood an examination about a month before the accident.
This the doctor's name here?
Yes. Now, these other things are in his background and education. Here, a copy of his marriage license, birth certificate.
How did you get hold of these things?
Well, I handled a lot of business for John, filed a lot of his papers for him. These were just packed away. It took a while to find them.
Hey.
Hmm?
A copy of his fingerprints?
Oh, would those help?
More than any of this other stuff. Fingerprints aren't standard papers in anybody's file.
Before John went in the Army, he did some engineering work for the proving grounds in Aberdeen.
Oh.
He was fingerprinted there. It was a gag at the time. He had a set of his own blown up and put on the wall in a picture frame. You know, just a joke.
Yeah.
I dug them out of his personal things. Now then, here's a copy of his financial records, tax returns and whatnot.
I spent about an hour in Hugh Bryan's office going over material that would help me in the investigation. The pictures and fingerprints were the most helpful items. After I'd finished, I went back to my hotel, packed my bags, and checked out. Expense account item 8, $398. My hotel and incidentals in Baltimore and plane fare to Denver. I got there at 9 in the morning. The air crisp, thin, and full of sunshine. I rented a car at the airport and drove into town. A half an hour later, I was talking to my detective friend, George Hanley.
How do you like Denver, old pal?
I haven't been here for a few years. Doesn't look the same.
Bigger and better, huh? They're thinking of putting up buildings as big as those mountains over there. I love it. So does the wife.
I'm glad.
You ought to try a place like this for a while, Johnny.
Maybe I will.
Ought to find yourself a girl and settle down.
Let's us settle down, Georgie.
Huh? Oh, sure.
How'd it go?
You asked me to look into Frank Bowers. I looked into him as much as I could without talking to him. There you are, Johnny. His bank account, his friends, his troubles, his enemies, everything.
Mm-hmm. How about his police record?
One traffic violation 2 years ago. Never been in any kind of trouble around here. Gets along fine with everybody.
Well, tell me about everybody, Georgie.
His laundryman, the milkman, the guy who tends bar in his neighborhood, the man he buys gas from. I talked to all of them.
How about the people he works with?
Well, he don't do much of that as far as I can see. He's got an office downtown, calls himself a consulting engineer. Goes there once or twice a week to pick up his mail.
Well, now, that's a very nice way to be able to live. Is he starving to death, Georgie?
No, he's got a good bank account. Makes regular deposits. Money comes from a New York bonding firm. He owns a little two-bedroom house out beyond Park Hill. Paid $38,000 for it.
Wow.
Sleeps in one bedroom, uses the other one for a kind of studio. Putters around with clay, oils, and according to the nosy dame who lives across the street, he tries to write.
How about his friends?
Lots of them. Pays his bills, gets drunk now and then, normal.
Tell me about his wife.
He hasn't got one. Lives alone.
Find out who he goes with, Georgie?
No. As much as I could find out, he doesn't go with anybody.
Enemies?
Well, the guy in the cleaning shop hates his guts. Bowers doesn't like his shirts with starch.
Did you check out the residency business?
As far as I could. He bought that house out in Park Hill in 1951. Paid cash for it. Record of the sale gives his former residence as Toledo, Ohio.
Well, how long has he been a resident here?
As near as I can figure, and this is just rough, 4 or 5 years ago, the first financial transaction was the house he bought. The next was a car. He could have been here a long time before that, though.
Well, the time element would fit for Reardon. What do you think, Georgie?
I think you're probably wasting a lot of money investigating this guy. He doesn't seem like the kind of man who's hiding out from anybody.
Here, look at this photo. Is this Frank Bowers?
Yeah, I'd say so.
5'11", 170, olive complexion, no scars, no glasses, brown hair, about 35.
Could be him from that, yes.
This is a picture of John Reardon, and the description is Reardon's.
What do you want to do now?
Keep on it. I got George Hanley busy making a check with some people in Toledo who could find out whether or not a Frank Bauer had once lived there. Then I took my rented car and drove out to the address Hanley had given me. It was in the east side of the city near the airport, a one-story frame house, a 53 Merc in the driveway. I'm looking for Mr. Frank Bowers.
Oh, who are you?
Johnny Dollar.
Oh, I'm Frank Bauer.
Well, I'm an insurance investigator, Mr. Bowers. I'd like to talk to you.
Oh, come on in.
Thank you.
Take chair anywhere, huh? What's on your mind?
Just making a routine check, Mr. Bowers. Thought perhaps you could help me.
Well, I don't know anything about my neighbors, if that's that kind of thing.
No, I'm running down a report that came across our office in Baltimore.
Baltimore?
Ever been there, Mr. Bowers?
No.
Swell place on Chesapeake Bay.
Well, I like Denver. What's this all about?
Well, do you happen to remember a few days ago when you were at a place called the Ship's Tavern?
Well, that's in the Brown Palace.
This was last Friday, to be exact.
Should I remember? What'd I do, steal an ashtray or walk out on a check?
Well, a man from Baltimore was there that day, Mr. Bowers. His name was Coombs. Paul Coombs. You met him.
Well, did I?
Yes, right at the bar. You had a drink or two with him.
Well, I might have. I don't know whether to admit it or not. What are you getting at? I don't understand this.
I know it seems confusing. Maybe this will help. Take a look at this.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you must admit you look a great deal like the man in that picture.
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose I do. Well, I'll be darned. Hey, I'd do it that. You know, this could be a picture of me.
That's why I'm here, Mr. Powers. You see, the company I represent insured the man in this picture for quite an amount of money. His name was John Reardon. He was lost in a boat accident in Chesapeake Bay 5 years ago. The Mr. Coombs who met you at the bar here last week thought you were John Reardon.
Well, I don't blame him. But I'm not. Close, though. Now, want to smoke?
Oh, thanks. Thanks.
Sure.
Mr. Coombs was a lifelong friend of John Reardon's. I have his sworn statement here about that meeting with you and the certainty of his identity.
You do?
Yes, right here. Would you like to see it?
Well, not particularly.
I understand you went to Ohio State. What year did you graduate?
I didn't go to Ohio State. Look, what is this, huh?
Well, that's what you told Mr. Coombs. It's in the statement.
Oh, I remember that bird now. Oh, I might have told him anything, Mr. Dollar. You know, he's one of those inquisitive kind, real sure of himself. Yeah, I remember. Look, don't tell me they sent you all the way out here from Baltimore.
They did.
And that guy say so?
Mm-hmm.
That's funny.
Did you go to college, Mr. Powers?
What?
I'd like to clear up that detail. Did you go to college?
Well, yes. I went to Carnegie Tech, 36 through 40.
You haven't lived all your life in Colorado, then. Where else have you lived?
Look, do you have any right to ask me questions like this?
No, but you'll help me a lot if you'll answer them.
Well, why not? Okay, I've lived in New York, Pittsburgh, Kansas City, Toledo, around the country. Came here a few years ago with my health. Seemed good for my asthma.
Ever been married?
Once in 1942. It didn't last long. Oh, what else you want to know?
Well, look, you in a hurry? I can come back later.
No, it's not that. Well, look, you seem like a nice guy, Dollar, but it just makes me uncomfortable answering these questions of yours.
I appreciate the time you've given me already, Mr. Bauer. Please understand, it's a matter of establishing identity.
But you know who I am. I just told you.
That's true.
I don't like this business much. Is there any way you can eliminate it?
The most positive identification would be from fingerprints.
Oh?
Now, Mr. Bauer, I'm not so much interested in who you are as in proving that you're not John Reardon. If you volunteered a set of fingerprints, it'd save me a great deal of work and you a great deal of trouble.
Well, sure, why not?
We drove downtown together to George Hanley's office and used the portable fingerprint kit. I took a complete set of Frank Bauer's prints he attached. I thanked him for his time and trouble, and he left. If he was trying to cover something, it certainly wasn't apparent from his conversational reactions. There had been a moment when I was sure he wasn't Frank Bauer. On the other hand, I was sure that he wasn't John Reardon.
That cuts it, Johnny. Right thumb and index prints don't match at all.
Oh, not even close, George.
And I thought I was getting somewhere. I found out he was never in Toledo, or at least never registered or licensed as an engineer. Well, these prints do it. When are you going home, Johnny?
Oh, I don't know.
There's no reason to stick around any longer.
This is crazy.
You proved your case with the prints.
He was too anxious to help me prove it, Georgie. You ask any ordinary man on the street 2 personal questions about himself, and he'll tell you to go jump in the lake. You ask him for his fingerprints, and he's liable to smash you.
So?
Get on him. Stay with him 24 hours a day. Get a couple of other men.
It'll cost you money.
Get busy. Expense account item 9, $200, detective service. I didn't believe Frank Bowers. I didn't believe his background. And most of all, I didn't believe his fingerprints.
There'll be another exciting episode in our story of the Chesapeake fraud matter tomorrow.
Tomorrow, another man comes to Denver. He doesn't check in a hotel or carry luggage. At least not much luggage. Just a .38 Colt. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, is transcribed in Hollywood. Written by John Dawson, it is produced and directed by Jack Johnstone. Be sure to join us tomorrow night, same time and station, for the next exciting episode of Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Roy Rowan speaking.
Johnny Dollar.
So you've stayed on there in Miami?
That's right.
Good.
And if I had any sense, I'd stick around in Florida the rest of the winter.
Why not?
Instead of going on back to the snow and cold of Connecticut. And who are you?
This is Don. Don Boomhauer, Johnny.
Don?
Yes, sir. Right across the state from you, here in Sarasota.
Well, Don, it's nice to hear from you. How did you know I was down here?
From Pat McCracken at Universal Adjustment Bureau.
Uh-oh.
So I told him I'd try to catch up with you before you head up on north again.
I think I will.
What?
Yes, sir. Nor rain, nor sleet, nor snow, nor anything else shall keep this insurance investigator from heading home.
Huh? What are you talking about?
Getting away from here in one piece.
What?
Well, you're still holding down the office of Tri-State Life and Casualty, aren't you?
Of course, and that's exactly why...
Well, I love you dearly, Don. I've been paid a lot of nice fat commissions by that company of yours.
Exactly, and it's because of that
But
very
the last 2 or 3 cases I've handled for you have been so risky, so dangerous, and so darned unprofitable.
Johnny!
No, please, Don. Let me duck this one.
But all I need is 5 minutes with you.
5 minutes?
That's right.
Well, what kind of a case could I possibly cover in 5 minutes?
None at all that I know of.
Well, then.
Did I say anything about taking on a case?
Well, no.
But I'll tell you this. 5 minutes with me over here may very well keep me from getting involved in something pretty serious.
Yeah, like what?
Oh, like maybe spending a few years in a federal prison, something like that.
Oh, now you're kidding.
Am I?
Well, aren't you? Come on now, Don.
No. You come on. Over here to Sarasota.
Well, just 5 minutes with you, huh?
Yes, Johnny?
Well, I still think you're kidding.
No, Johnny.
But okay, Don, I'll see you. I'm sure it's a gag. Has to be. And yet, coming from Don Boomhauer...
CBS Radio brings you Bob Reddick in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Tri-State Life and Casualty Insurance Company office in Sarasota, Florida. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the big date matter. Expense account item 1, 2020, plane fare, tips and taxi. In a little over an hour from the time I left Miami, I was in Sarasota talking to Don Boomhauer in his office near the foot of Main Street.
Sure, Johnny, simply because I asked you to.
Wrong, Don. Only reason I agreed to come on over here on my way back to Hartford is because it means a little more time away from the snow up there.
Yeah, Florida's pretty nice this time of the year, isn't it? Handled a jewelry store robbery there in Miami, huh?
Yes, and almost got my head shot off, which is why I'd like to be able to relax for a while. But now, what is this case you seem to think I can solve in 5 minutes for you?
I told you I have no case for you.
Yes, I guess you did.
All I want you to do is to check over some of these figures for me.
Don, you know the only kind of figures that I give a hang about.
I know. The ones on pretty girls.
Well, why not? After all, just because you're a staid old married man.
Don't knock it, Johnny.
How is Frances, by the way?
Fine, just fine.
You give her my best. Huh?
Oh, do it yourself. I told her that if I could persuade you to come here at all, I was sure I could get you to stick around for a few days. How about it?
We'll see. Now, about those figures you mentioned.
Oh, yeah. Johnny, have you kept any account of the monies we've paid you this past year in commissions?
I can tell you down to the last penny.
Good, because if it agrees with these figures here, all you have to do is sign this statement, and the Bureau of Internal Revenue will quit threatening to send me up the river.
So that's what the big emergency is.
Yeah.
Huh?
One of my part-time clerks balled up some of the paid-out items a couple of months ago, and the tax man just wants proof that we actually gave you this money. So if this figure agrees with yours...
And it does.
Good. Well, then take this pen, affix your lawful legal signature, and try for once to make it legible.
Sure.
Under the desk, Johnny. Those shots are right outside in the street.
Telling me? Move over so I... Hey.
What?
Shots, did you say?
What's the matter with you? Can't you hear them?
Well, just take a good look out there. Come on, let's go and see.
Get our heads blown... Hey, what the dickens...
Sure, it's that car out there with the pretty little blonde sitting in it, backfiring.
Son of a gun, you're right.
Yeah, but I guess we're not the only ones who thought they were shots.
You mean that mob that's gathering?
Yes.
Looks like half the town has come to see what it's all about. Hey, I hope they don't lean against my plate glass window and break it in. Look at that crowd.
Poor gal.
Yeah, pretty too, isn't she?
Yes, come on, I'll see if I can give her a hand. Come on, Don.
Oh, why not? Now, I don't think I know her, Johnny.
Well, that's too bad.
But she might do anyway.
Might do? For what?
As a date for you. What else?
A date?
Sure. That wing ding that Francis and I are taking you to out at the yacht club on Bird Key tonight.
Oh?
Sure.
She is kind of cute looking, isn't she?
Uh-huh. Nice looking car, too. Brand new. And after all, you're going to need some transportation.
Well, come on, I'll see if I can find out what's wrong with that bus of hers.
Sure, Johnny. You go right ahead.
Okay, I will.
And purely incidentally, find out if she has a nice evening dress she'd like to show off tonight.
Sure, why not?
A number of years ago, it was said that, in spite of the large population of this planet, men and women remain the most inaccessible things on it. Today, we see this lack of understanding among peoples of the world reflected in headline stories. But it isn't because the people of the world are enemies. All people want to be friends. Long before the termination of World War II, Reverend Eugene Wood, a Methodist minister from Oceanside, California, went into a Scottsdale, Arizona camp where German prisoners of war were interned and offered his services to the imprisoned men. Among other things, Reverend Wood taught the men English, and he taught them about the United States of America. During the following years, after the men had been repatriated to their native Germany, nearly half of the internees corresponded frequently with Reverend Wood. Those men expressed a unique understanding of the people and the country of the United States of America. This great feeling of friendship and understanding prompted the minister to make a pilgrimage to Europe to seek out the men he had befriended in the prisoner of war camp in Arizona. This gesture on Reverend Wood's part gained him a fantastic welcome everywhere he went. In all the places he visited, he spread the gospel of love and friendship and had it returned to him. There were no enemies, only men with the love of freedom, the right of all men.
By the time I got outside the door of Don Boomhauer's office, it looked as though half the town was gathered there. By the time I got to the car where the cute little blonde gal was fighting the ignition switch to cut the engine, stop it from backfiring, 3/4 of the town was present, including the merchants and customers from all the stores and cafes and hotels there on Main Street. The folks had come to see the fun and, of course, offer all kinds of unhelpful suggestions.
Well, don't just stand there, please. Can't you help me get this thing started?
Well, can't you turn off that switch? I mean, the ignition key?
No, and I've already broken 2 fingernails trying to.
Well, all right, then. Pull the release for the hood.
The what?
Under the dash, there to the left of the steering post. You see it?
Oh, this little handle?
That's it. Give it a pull so I can go around to the front and raise the hood.
Oh, now what good will that do? Oh, that awful noise.
Well, if I get the hood open, I can pull a wire off the distributor and stop the engine.
Distributor? What's the distributor?
Just pull on that little handle.
This one?
That one. Go ahead, pull it.
All right, I am.
Okay, now if I can get the hood open, excuse me.
I hope so, and I surely would appreciate it.
All right, here now.
Now,
what the Sam Hill? Don't tell me this thing is stuck, too.
Hey, now, do you all mind telling me what's the big idea around here?
Officer.
That's right. What do you all think you're trying to do around here? What's the matter with you, anyhow?
Now, look, help me get this hood open. It's stuck.
You mean it isn't noisy enough for you as it is?
All right.
Okay, fair now. I'll take care of this, man. You and the boys get the crowd moving along.
Okay, Sergeant.
Now, you look here, buddy.
Look, will you help me get this hood open so we can stop the engine?
Stop the engine?
Yeah, sure. Now, come on.
Why, you crazy or something? All you have to do is get that gal of yours in there behind the wheel to turn off the switch.
I have been trying to.
I told you, officer, that's just the trouble.
You told me nothing. Now, look here.
No, Sergeant. Well, that is the ignition switch is stuck.
And I tell you, if you all don't cut out this here noise, bust off some of those wires that's all.
Now, listen.
Right this minute, I'm going to haul you and the car and this girlfriend of yours off to... Oh.
Yes, it's stopped. Well, that's that.
Oh, it is, huh? Young lady, you get this car out of here and over to some repair shop before this happens again. You hear me now?
Oh, yes, sir. I certainly will.
Oh, well, now, wait, miss.
I don't know what you did to stop it from making that awful
Oh,
noise.
nothing. Absolutely nothing.
And
But now
also, I'm terribly upset about it happening right here on the main street.
Okay. Just get it out of here.
Uh-huh.
Vanna, clear this crowd off the street.
Right, Sergeant. Awfully.
Oh, my pleasure. And maybe I'd better go along with you to make sure it doesn't do it again,
Oh,
huh?
no, it runs fine now, but thanks anyway.
Hey, did I tell you to get this thing out of here?
Yes, sir. Right away, officer.
Oh, no, wait, please.
Wait, nothing. You go on, miss.
Yes, sir. Bye.
Look, listen, I just want... Miss.
The only thing you want to do is keep out of jail.
Officer.
The idea of letting that thing backfire out here on Main Street.
What do you think I had anything to do with it?
If I had any sense, I'd lock you up right now.
Oh, now, wait a minute, officer.
Go on, get on your way. I don't know who you are, and the only way I'm going to find out is by putting your name on the blotter at headquarters for disturbing the peace.
What?
And I'm going to do just that unless you make yourself mighty scarce around here in a hurry. Now, go on.
Oh, now, look here, will you?
Don't bother me. Vanna, I guess you can all go on back to your regular beat again. Okay, Sergeant. All right, you men.
Well, I guess
Go back to
that's
your
that.
regular beats now. Scout O'Connor, we'll do this. Okay.
Well, it doesn't look as though you did too well, Johnny.
Well, I didn't really have a chance to talk to her.
That's too bad.
Yes, it is. But she's a living doll, all right. Are you sure you don't know who she is, Don?
No, sorry. But don't worry, Johnny. I'll round you up some kind of a date for the affair at the club. Now, let's see. Maybe Bill Hall knows somebody nicer. Forster Harm. Or... What's the matter? I said, what's the matter?
Oh, nothing. I was just thinking.
Oh.
And I'll bet she dances like a dream. I wonder what her name is.
No, we'll never know, I'm afraid.
Now, don't bank on that.
But now, if you'll just sign this statement that you came over here to sign.
Oh, sure.
Here, use this pen.
All right. There you are.
Legible, too. Now I'll call Frances and tell her that you're staying over with us.
If only I'd noticed the license on her car.
Then I'll see what charming, good-looking girl around this town is available.
But I doubt if even the police
And
did.
would like the famous Johnny Dollar for a date tonight.
Obviously, that one cop didn't know her.
What?
Hardly dare to ask him anyway.
Johnny.
Which means that probably none of the other police who were there would be of any help either.
What are you talking about?
That girl, my date for tonight.
Oh, now, Johnny, I was only kidding about her.
Well, I'm not.
But you don't even know her.
I will.
And chances are that if you should find her and proposition her for a date, you'd get your handsome face slapped.
I'll risk it.
Yeah? What if she turns out to be somebody's wife?
No wedding ring.
Oh, you did notice that.
I noticed that, among other things.
But how are you going to find her?
Well, if she's still here in Sarasota, if she lives here...
Oh, now, Johnny, this is all a little... Okay, go ahead and find her. How?
Well, I have an idea.
Yeah? What?
May I borrow your car for a little while?
Sure. Here, help yourself.
Okay.
When do I see you again?
Now, just give me a little time.
All you want. Up until dinner time, when you'll have to pick me up here. Now what?
Yes, I see. Stopping at that jewelry store across the street.
Here comes another prowl car from the other end of the... Uh-oh, Johnny.
Yeah, I see him.
Same policeman you were arguing with a few minutes ago. Only why is he coming in here?
I'm sure I don't know.
Officer!
All right now, Buster.
What?
Just put up your hands so I can slip these cuffs on you. Sorry, Mr. Boomhauer.
What are you talking about?
You think I don't know now what you all were up to out there, you and that gal?
What?
Creating all that disturbance out in the street with that backfiring car.
Now, officer...
So as to draw the crowd so as your Confederate could have a clear field to rob that jewelry store across the street? Put out your hands, sir.
Oh, now hold everything.
That store was robbed while the mob was gathered around the car?
Thanks to this man's diversionary tactics, somebody walked out with must have been $60,000 or $70,000 worth of watches and pins and rings and everything. So they called us up.
I wrote the insurance on that store.
Now, if you don't want to come along peaceful, mister...
Oh, now, whoa, now.
Yeah?
Yes, officer, wait.
What's that, Mr. Boomhauer?
Well, don't you know this man? This is Johnny Dollar.
Johnny Dollar?
That's right.
Y'all mean that freelance insure... Well, you mean the friend of the lieutenant that comes down here now and then to... This is Johnny Dollar?
Here, officer. My credentials?
I've known him for years, officer. He's Johnny Dollar, all right.
Yeah, and these papers all look... Yeah, but if he was out there by that car...
So, Don, you insured that store, huh? Does that mean I'm on expense account as of now?
As of now.
Yeah, well, now...
Fine. And as long as I have the keys to your car, well, I'll see you later.
Yeah, now, you wait a minute, mister.
Yeah?
Unless I can get Lieutenant Phillips to identify you.
Oh, he'll be glad to, I'm sure.
Yeah, now, you all wait. You're the only suspect I got.
Oh, no, you haven't. By the time the officer had recovered his wits enough to barge out the door after me, I'd raced around to the back of his office and taken off in Don Boomhauer's car. Stop number one was the car agency that sold the same make the gorgeous blonde had been driving, that backfired there on Main Street. No, they hadn't seen either her or the car in the repair shop.
Well, anyhow, one of our nice new models kick up and backfire like that? No, sir.
Then I made the rounds of every car agency in town. Nothing. All right, that clinched it for me. I mean, the reason for that car acting up as it had. But how to find it? If, that is, it was still in Sarasota. I drove aimlessly all over the place, hoping and praying that somehow I'd just happen to spot it. Yes, and hoping that Don Boomhauer had been able to explain things so the police wouldn't track me down and cramp my style. I racked my brain for some idea how to find that girl and her car. And I guess the strain on my so-called brain made me a little foolish, for I suddenly found that I'd driven way out of town, way out on Bee Ridge Road. I started ahead into a little side road on the edge of the swamp to turn around, and then... Well, don't tell me there isn't luck in solving these cases. Stalled there a couple of 100 yards up that dirt road was the car I'd been looking for. And standing beside it, waving for somebody to stop and help her, was the luscious little blonde.
Well, thank goodness somebody came along to help me get this old car started.
Well, hi there.
Why, it's you. The nice man who tried to help me back in town.
None other.
Well, you're certainly my good Samaritan today.
Now, what seems to be the trouble?
I don't know. It just stopped. And neither one of... I don't know a thing about cars, except how to drive them.
Now, maybe I should have gone along with you after that trouble back in town, huh?
Well, somebody who knows something about these things should have.
Well, this time I see you got the hood released to work.
Yes, I just pulled out that little old handle and it popped open.
Yeah. Well, now, let's see.
Just, how did you happen to be coming out this way?
Oh, maybe I was out looking for you.
Oh? Why?
Well, when I first saw you there in town, I thought maybe I'd ask you for a date tonight. And don't hand me a crack in the face for saying it.
Why should I?
Well, thanks.
You're cute. What's your name?
Johnny. Johnny Dollar.
You're... Well, that's a funny name. Gee, Johnny, I hope you can get this running again for me.
Well, I'll take a look.
Uh-huh.
So I took a look, with one eye watching her. But she didn't make a move, just stood there smiling. I replaced the ignition cable that had jogged loose. And then I saw it. That simple little device that meant this car had been rigged for backfire deliberately. Just like the old Chicago mobsters did it in order to cover the sound of gunshots. And then I thought I heard a noise inside the car. Somebody hidden behind the front seat, maybe? When I walked around and opened the back door, I see.
Yeah, that's right, Mr. Johnny Dollar. You see a 38 and it's aimed straight at your belly.
Shall I pick up a rock and slug him, Jim?
Just relax, Sal.
And that sack in there full of the loot from the jewelry store?
What else? Did he fix the car, Sal?
Yeah, I think so, Jim.
Oh, it's fixed, all right. So if you two would like to continue on your merry way...
Sure, after I take care of you and sink you in that car of yours in the swamp.
Go ahead, Jim, and let's get out of here,
Yeah, sure. Turn around, Dollar.
Okay, now, Jim, listen.
Turn around. So I can be nice to you. Give it to you in the back of the head so you won't know when it hits you.
Oh, no, wait, Jimmy, look.
What?
Look, that car that's coming.
Well, it looks like they followed me after all.
It's a prowl car.
The cops?
Uh-huh. Blast him, Jim. Come on,
Too late, baby.
Hey, you okay, sir? Everything under control, Mr. Dollar?
Sure, Sergeant, and I suppose I might have known you'd be tailing me.
Yeah, well, yes, sir.
Well, thanks. Thanks very much.
Well, it's a pleasure, Mr. Dollar. And now, what about her?
Johnny? Now listen, Johnny.
Well, you see, I'd kind of asked her for a date, officer.
Oh, I guess he did.
But how about if she has a date with you instead? Say at headquarters? So, thanks to sheer luck and clean living, of course, I'll pick up a commission on the recovery of all that jewelry. Expense account total, only that $20 or so for the extra plane ride. What a life. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
They say that clothes make the man. A smart-looking uniform can do even more. And oddly enough, military uniforms usually have been patterned after the civilian clothes of the day, with some pretty fancy additions, of course. The buckskin-clad rifleman soldier of 1775 was dressed the same as the frontier trapper. The naval seaman, the same as the merchant sailor. It wasn't until the new American government was able to get enough money scraped together that uniforms started to get fancy. But the uniforms weren't really uniform. The infantry had one color combination, and the artillery had another. Even most regiments were dressed differently. Some uniforms were blue and white. Some were red and white. And others were red, white, and blue. Oh, yes, it looked like a pretty patriotic army. But each man also made an excellent target. It was more than 100 years before it was decided that all the frills and colors, plumes and gold braid would make a better dress uniform than fighting clothes. As battle tactics and weapons changed, so did the uniforms. Today, the American fighting man has a greater chance of survival in a uniform that blends with nature. And it's a uniform to be proud of for the great American heritage it represents.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Reddick, is written by Jack Johnstone. Produced and directed by Bruno Zerato, Jr. Musical supervision by Ethel Huber. Heard in our cast were Madeline Sherwood as Sally, Robert Dryden as the Sergeant, Carl Frank as Don Boomhauer, Larry Haynes as Jim, and Larry Robinson as the car dealer. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Art Hanna speaking. Johnny Dollar has come to you through the worldwide facilities of the United States Armed Forces Radio and Television Service.
From Hollywood, it's time now for Edmund O'Brien as...
Johnny Dollar.
Mitchell Dollar.
Oh, swell. Take some warm milk. You'll be asleep in an hour.
I'm sorry to wake you up, but this is important.
Okay.
How fast can you get to New York?
Pretty fast. If you let me get out of bed and slip on some clothes, I might make it in a couple of hours.
Well, it's 5:30. You get to the New York office by the time it opens.
Unless I get a 40-mile tailwind, you're going to be an awful liar. What's this all about?
A double indemnity. A man named Farmer burned to death. He has a wife. She gets $100,000 unless...
She likes fires. Okay. I'll get out of bed.
Edmund O'Brien in another adventure of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Home Office, Great Eastern Life Insurance Company, Hartford, Connecticut. The following is an accounting of expenditures during my investigation of the George Farmer matter. Expense account item 1, $5.80 for gas and a cup of coffee between Hartford and your New York office.
Oh, come in, Mr. Dollar. Mr. Mitchell called me this morning, 5 o'clock, said you'd be here.
He called me at 5:30.
He must have been very sure you'd take the job.
He's familiar with my bank account.
Here are the briefs on the case. Mr. Farmer was on his vacation in the Catskills, a place called the Sportsman's Retreat.
Uh-huh. This is the correct address on the wife?
Yes. Oh, excuse me. Yes? Who? Oh, put him on. Yes, hello, Dr. Evans. Yes. Farmer? George Farmer? Yes, that's right. Our investigator's here now. All right, I'll have him come right over. Certainly. This is Dr. William Evans, one of our insurance doctors. He says he has some information on the Farmer case.
Oh?
He was the one that okayed Farmer for the policy. He's in the Equitable building. You better go on over. He says it's rather important.
Expense account item 2, $1 for cab fare and tip to the Equitable building. You may ask why I didn't use my car, in which case I may ask if you've ever been absurd enough to wheel your own car through early morning New York traffic. As my cab pulled up at the entrance of the Equitable building, I spotted a large crowd, several police cars, and an ambulance.
All right, just keep it back. Okay, you. Where do you think you're going?
What happened?
Some guy jumped 8th floor.
A Dr. Evans?
I don't know. What makes you think it was this doctor?
I haven't had an easy case in 2 years. What did you bet? His name's Evans.
Hey, Jake, any identification?
Yeah, some doctor works the building. Name's Evans.
Be glad you're not a betting man, Sergeant.
Wait just a minute, Joe.
Sure.
Hey, Jake, come here.
What is it?
This guy knew who the guy was who jumped.
Yeah?
Knew who it was before he ever saw him. Didn't even know the guy had jumped till I told him. And he just up and bet me it was this Dr. Evans.
What's your name?
Johnny Dollar.
I think you better come up and see a lieutenant.
I think I better, too. Jake followed me into the building and took me up to the 8th floor where I met Lieutenant William Briggs, a nice guy who worked for homicide and had done me a few favors in the past.
Hi, Dollar.
Hello, Bill.
You know this guy, Lieutenant?
Yeah, why? Where'd you find him?
He knew the guy who jumped.
I made a guess. Evans called my office on an insurance matter. Who pushed him?
What makes you think he was pushed?
Why call me, then take an 8th floor dive?
I don't know. You got any ideas?
Anybody see him jump?
A couple of people. He came out of the window feet first. They didn't see anybody give him a hand.
Well, let me know if you find anybody who might have, huh? I'd appreciate the information.
I'd appreciate some, too.
Expense account item 3, $1.50 for another cab to the home of Mrs. George Farmer. On the way over, I tried to put the first pieces together. A man named Farmer burned to death. A doctor named Evans had examined him and had some information. Evans winds up dead on the sidewalk. Answer, maybe Mrs. Farmer had it.
Come in, Mr. Dollar.
Thank you.
It's going to be another hot day. I think everybody should have air conditioning, don't you?
Definitely.
Just make yourself comfortable. Can I get you something cold?
Oh, no, thank you. I'd like to ask you some questions, Mrs. Farmer.
About my husband's death?
Yes.
I've already talked to Mr. Arthur from your office, and I've told the police everything I know.
Do you know a Dr. Evans?
Dr. Evans? No. No, I don't know any Dr. Evans.
Your husband never mentioned him.
No. What's he got to do with my husband?
He examined him for his policy. Do you know who sold your husband his policy?
I thought you were from the company.
Late hunch. Thought you might save me the trouble of checking.
No, I don't remember who sold him the policy.
All right, Mrs. Farmer. Thank you very much.
Is that all?
Yes, Mrs. Farmer. That's all for now. Expense account item 4, $1.15 for another cab back to the offices of Great Eastern Insurance, where I looked up the name of the agent who sold Farmer his policy. He was Martin Ames, and he lived on the east side. Item 5, 10 cents by subway to the east side. Not conscience-stricken, just tired of cabs.
Yes, what is it?
I'm looking for Martin Ames. Hey, take it easy. What's wrong?
I'm Mrs. Ames. I was just on my way to the hospital. Martin's been in an automobile accident.
Expense account item 6, $8 for a cab. Fast and necessary. $3 for the necessary, $5 for the tip to make it fast.
Nurse?
Yes?
I'm Mrs. Ames. I was told my husband...
Oh, yes, Mrs. Ames, if you'll just have a seat.
Who's in charge of the case?
Dr. Gerson, I'll call him.
But I want to see my husband. Can't I see him?
You'll have to see Dr. Gerson first.
But I want to know how serious it is. I should be with my husband if it's
If
serious.
you'll just be patient for a moment, I'll get Dr. Tully.
Come on, Mrs. Ames. Let's sit down over here. Come on. Now, just try and take it easy. Everything's going to be all right, believe me.
Dr. Gerson, third floor reception. Dr. Gerson, third floor reception, please.
Hello, darling. Oh, hello, Bill.
Dr. Gerson,
No, this is Lieutenant Briggs, Mrs. Ames.
police officer.
Just a friend.
Nothing about my husband.
No, Dr. Gerson's the man you want to see. Can I talk with you, darling? Yeah, sure. You'll excuse me, Mrs. Ames?
Yes, of course.
You'll be all right?
I'll be all right.
Okay, Lieutenant. This is far enough. About her husband?
Yeah. Died 5 minutes ago.
Accident?
Hit and run. Before he died, he told us a car ran him off the road. He went down a 20-foot embankment and right into a cement retaining wall. Wall stopped him from going any further, but it broke his neck.
Any lead on the other car?
Lonely stretch of road. No one else saw it, and it happened too fast for Ames to see much. One of your company salesmen, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, there's Dr. Gerson.
I don't envy him.
Oh, dear God, no.
Come on, Briggs. This is turning into a rotten mess.
Yes? Oh,
Good afternoon, Mrs. Farmer. This is Lieutenant Briggs.
more questions?
Afraid so.
Come in. Sit down.
Thank you.
Mrs. Farmer, 2 men have been killed today. Both of them knew your husband.
What are you getting at, Lieutenant?
I'm not sure. Where were you at the time of your husband's death?
Right here. Right in this apartment.
Why didn't you go with him to the Catskills?
Because I didn't feel like it this year. He's been going to Catskills every year for the past 15 years, and I was getting tired of it. Are you trying to imply that my husband's death was not an accident?
We're just trying to find out why 2 men were killed.
What have these 2 men got to do with my husband? Who are they?
One was the doctor I mentioned this morning.
I told you I never heard of him.
The other was the insurance man who sold your husband his policy.
I don't know anything about him. I never met him.
Your husband started the fire by smoking in bed and then falling asleep.
I guess so. How would I know?
Was he in the habit of doing that?
He's done it once or twice over a period of 15 years. Mr. Dollar, it seems to me your company is trying its best to get out of paying the money that's due to me.
We're always allowed a certain time for an investigation.
A representative from your company went up to the lodge and made an investigation. What more do you want?
You were here in town at the time of your husband's death.
Yes, and I can prove it. Now, if you have any further questions, I suggest you take them up with my attorney. I'm sick and tired of this whole thing. You've had absolutely no consideration for me. My husband is dead, and you persist in foolish, tiring questions. Now, please leave. I I can't stand much more.
All right, Mrs. Farmer. Don't bother showing us to the door.
I'm entitled to that money, Mr. Dollar. I hope it won't be necessary to take legal action.
Oh. Want to take a run up to Sportsman's Retreat, Lieutenant? Why? I'm just interested in knowing how Mrs. Farmer knew one of our investigators had already been up there.
We will return you to the second act of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in just a moment. A brilliant orchestra leader and a rising young singing star will be found at CBS, the Star's Address, starting tomorrow. Guy Lombardo and his famous orchestra are taking the place of Jack Benny, and Mario Lanza, the sensational tenor of records and films, will be heard on most of these same stations in place of Edgar Bergen and Charlie McCarthy. Be listening for their programs every Sunday, won't you? Now, with our star Edmund O'Brien, we return you to the second act of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Briggs and I climbed into the squad car and started the long drive for the Catskills. Around 7 in the morning, we turned off the main highway and onto a dirt road. A sign reading Sportsman's Retreat, 2 miles, pointed the way, and 20 minutes later, we were pulling up in front of the main lodge.
I got a stiff neck.
Man coming out of the lodge.
Well, morning.
Good morning.
Well, I suppose you could... Oh, police car, huh?
Yeah, I'm Lieutenant Briggs. This is Mr. Dollar.
Oh, Mr. Edward. Howdy. You up here about Mr. Farmer's death?
Yeah, unofficially. You run the place?
Well, yes, I'm the foreman. My name's Pop Sloan. Everybody just calls me Pop.
We thought we'd stay a while, Pop. Can you put us up?
Why, sure. How long you figure on being around?
Not long.
Well, come on in. Come in. Breakfast was an hour ago. If you're hungry, I can have the cook rustle up some old any bacon and eggs or anything.
Oh, sounds good.
Many people staying here, Pop?
Oh, about 14. 14. The same crowd comes up every year. It's sort of a club, you might call it.
How many years did George Farmer come up?
Oh, about the last 15 years, I guess.
Who owns the place?
Mr. Phillips. He ain't here now. He phoned and said he'd be in sometime this afternoon. Say, how come you fellas are interested in Mr. Farmer's death? We had the sheriff investigate. Some insurance fellow was up here for 3 days. You're a little late, ain't you?
Well, a few things we haven't cleared up, Pop.
Sure appreciate some help.
Well, yeah, I'll give you all the help I can. I'll go get some breakfast for you, and then we can gab a while, eh?
Pop went back to the kitchen, and we relaxed in a couple of big leather chairs in front of a large window that looked out on a row of cabins.
Well, that last cabin must have been Farmer's.
Yeah, nothing much left of it.
Beautiful up here, isn't it, Johnny? Look at those trees with the sun shining through them.
Lieutenant.
Yeah?
Your soul is showing. It was beautiful, all right. The cabin stood in a clearing, fronted by well-kept paths and backed by tall trees. Pop came in with enough bacon and eggs to feed a platoon of tapeworms, and we talked.
Hey, where is everybody, Pop?
Oh, out fishing. We get up about 4. It's about 4:30 around here.
Many of the men bring their wives?
Bring their wives. Well, some of them. Mr. Farmer used to bring his up every year. He was the most beautiful, fine-looking woman, Mrs. Farmer. Didn't come up this year, though. Too bad, too.
Oh, really? Why?
Well, I might have saved him. Maybe she'd have been here. She might have caught him with a cigarette before he went to sleep.
Well, who discovered the fire?
Who did? Well, we all saw it, but it was too late. The time we got there, the whole place was burning. By the time we got the hoses going, there wasn't much left.
You say you all saw it? Where were you?
Where were we? Why, we was up the Willow Peak cooking out. It's about 3 miles from camp. See it right from here. You see there's that tall peak there to the left. To the left, there's those trees.
Yeah. How come Farmer didn't go along?
Oh, I don't know. He never went on many hikes. He had trouble with his legs.
Anyone stay here in the camp besides Farmer?
No. Everybody was up at Willow Peak.
Who examined the body?
Well, Doc Combs from Evanston come up and looked at the body.
Where is Evanston?
Well, Evanston is about 50 miles east. But if you want to talk to the doc, you'll have to wait until he comes in from fishing.
He's up here now.
Yeah, he come up last night. He's going to stay a week fishing. Huh? Well, good morning, Mr. Phillips. Didn't you expect you this afternoon? This is Mr. Phillips, the owner.
How are you?
Hello. Some more police fellows, Mr. Phillips.
Oh, about Mr. Farmer's death?
Johnny Dollar. Yeah, I'm an insurance investigator. This is Lieutenant Briggs. He's the policeman.
Well, I thought you both...
I've got some bags in the car, Pop. Would you get them, please?
Would you get them? Well, yeah, sure.
We just want to ask a couple of questions, Mr. Phillips.
Oh, I thought the authorities were satisfied.
Where were you when the accident occurred, Mr. Phillips?
Well, I was on my way here from the city. I arrived about an hour later.
You live in the city?
I have a house there. I divide my time between there and the lodge.
Tell us something about Farmer, Mr. Phillips. What kind of a man was he?
You fellas want any more breakfast?
No, thanks, Pop. Go ahead, Mr. Phillips.
Well, there really isn't much to tell. Farmer was a nice sort of guy, quiet.
Do you have any trouble with him smoking in bed before?
Several times. Nearly started a fire 2 years ago.
Wouldn't that make you watch him a little more closely?
His wife came up with him every year, but this one, she was usually near enough to prevent any trouble. Isn't your company satisfied, Mr. Dollar?
Routine. How long did Farmer usually stay here?
Oh, a week, 10 days. However long his vacation lasted.
He was in the advertising business, wasn't he?
Yeah, I believe so.
How much did it cost him to come up here every year?
Oh, anywhere from $200 to $300. He was tight as the devil, known for it. This was the only luxury he allowed himself. He'd tell everyone he'd save all year just to come up here and relax for a week.
Lieutenant, Mr. Dollar, here comes Doc Holmes. What's it got a limit?
You interested in talking to the doctor?
Yeah, Pop tells us he was the one who examined the body.
Ah, what did you get, Doc?
Hi, Pop. Got my limit.
Well, good for you. Come on over here. Couple of fellas want to talk to you.
Well, how are you, Phil? Pop said you weren't due in till this afternoon. I'm fine, Doc. This is Lieutenant Briggs and Mr. Dollar.
How are you, Doctor?
Police?
Him. The other's an insurance investigator. I want to ask you a few questions. Clear up a few things about George Farmer getting burned to death.
All right. Thanks, Pop.
What have you? Hey,
How about having a cook clean up those fish, Pop?
The fish? Well, all right, sure.
I don't think I could tell you much more than I've already told the sheriff.
Did you know George Farmer prior to his death?
Yes. Over a period of, 10 years.
Did you identify the body?
Well, not at first. It was pretty badly burned.
Not at first. Well, how were you able to identify it later?
Well, when they told me that George had a broken wrist, I found the broken section of bone and identified it.
Broken wrist?
Yes, Mr. Dollar. When George arrived, his lower arm was in a cast. He told us that he'd broken his wrist the week before.
What day did he arrive?
Tuesday of last week.
Which wrist was broken?
The right one.
Would you say he could move his fingers well enough to write?
Depends on how recent the accident.
What are you getting at, Dollar?
Do either of you know where Farmer had his wrist treated?
No.
Dollar, would you mind letting me know?
Briggs, can you call the precinct and have a man check and find out where Farmer had that wrist treated?
Sure, but I don't see why.
George Farmer had to sign that insurance policy, didn't he?
Well, he could have done it with his left hand.
Go find out when he broke that wrist. And I think I can show you that George Farmer was murdered.
Murdered?
We all waited while Briggs put in a call to his precinct and sent a man out to check on where George Farmer had his wrist treated. Around noon, the call came in.
George Farmer broke his wrist on the 26th of last month.
That tears it.
Was treated at the Olive Hospital.
3 weeks ago.
Stayed one night at the hospital and went home.
What date did he arrive here, Mr. Phillips?
About the 4th.
2 weeks after the accident. He died on the 11th.
That's right. Been here about a week.
Dollar, would you mind telling me just what you're driving at?
The insurance policy went into effect the 22nd of last month. The first claim on George Farmer's policy was the double indemnity clause, not an accident claim for a broken wrist. Come on, Briggs. Let's go back to town. Talk to Mrs. Farmer.
All right, what is it this time?
We'd better talk about it inside.
I promise you, Mr. Dollar, if you continue...
We're coming in.
Why? Well, all right.
We think your husband was murdered.
Murdered? That's ridiculous.
We feel that you were an accomplice, Mrs. Farmer.
Are you serious?
Very. We just had the lab make a check on the insurance policy. The signature and the fingerprints were from the right hand.
Of course they were.
So your husband didn't have a broken wrist at the time?
No, we did that sometime later.
Would you swear it's his signature on the policy?
Of course it's his signature. I went to the doctor with him.
I thought you said you didn't know Dr. Evans.
I don't.
He was the insurance doctor.
Well, I'd never seen him before or since. How could you expect me to remember
Your
him?
husband didn't turn in a claim for his broken wrist?
That was his business, wasn't it?
Don't you think it's rather strange to take out an accident policy and not turn in a claim on your first accident?
I don't know. I didn't bother with my husband's affairs.
Is this your husband's driver's license?
Yes, where did you get that?
Motor vehicle department.
The signature on his license is not the same as the one on the insurance policy.
What do you mean?
He means that the signature on the policy is a very clever forgery. Who forged it, Mrs. Farmer?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Who went to that doctor's office representing your husband?
No one. Why in the world would anyone do that? Why would someone represent my husband?
For a $100,000 insurance claim.
That's awful. Get out of here. That's not true. I'll sue you for saying that.
Your husband wouldn't take out a large policy on himself, so with someone's help, you took one out for him and planned his death.
Who was in on it with you? Who killed your husband up at the lodge?
Get out! Get out!
It had to be someone at the lodge who knew what cabin he was in.
No, 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 no!
The insurance salesman and the doctor were both killed because they could identify the man who took out the policy as not being your husband.
No!
Your husband was going to take this trip, so you planned his death and stayed home for an alibi.
A man killed the doctor and the insurance agent. Someone strong enough to run a car off the road and lift an unconscious man out of a window feet first.
Who killed him, Mrs. Farmer?
I did.
Phil!
Good evening, Mr. Phillips.
Why did you come out? Why didn't you stay in the other room?
They'd have worn you down sooner or later. The car's in the back. Hurry up.
You did some fast driving.
Left the lodge right after you did. Go on, Lona.
All right.
Stay right where you are, Mrs.
I
Farmer.
don't think you're in any position to be giving orders, Lieutenant.
Sure he is. We expected you. Told you where we were going, gave you enough time to get here.
And what are you going to do about it?
Take you.
Phil!
Forgetting my gun.
You're forgetting ours. Think you can shoot both of us before we get them out?
I can try.
Then try.
Phil, no!
Get out of the way!
Dollar?
Okay. Just a little scared.
Girl's hit. Phillips is pretty dead.
Mrs. Farmer?
Yes.
I'll get an ambulance.
You want to tell me about it?
Oh, all right. Don't make any difference now.
Phillips killed your husband and the other two men?
Yeah. We fell in love 3 summers ago. But he planned it. The whole thing was his idea.
Sure, I know. The state is pretty narrow-minded about those things, honey. A guy like that gets ideas and gets dead for it. If you like his ideas, you just have to get into some kind of trouble along the way. Expense account item 6, $11. Dinner for 2. The good Lieutenant Briggs deserved all the stroking out he ate. Item 7, $5.10 for gas back to Hartford. Expense account total, $33.65. Remarks? Mrs. Farmer will probably get second degree for complicity. Great Eastern can cancel payment in accordance with the specifications set forth in said policy. Additional item, 12 hours good solid sleep for yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, stars Edmund O'Brien in the title role and was written by Blake Edwards with music by Wilbur Hatch. Edmund O'Brien can soon be seen in the Paramount Pictures production, Warpath. Featured in tonight's cast were Hy Averback, John McIntyre, Herb Butterfield, Harry Lang, Jeanette Nolan, and Virginia Gregg. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, is produced and directed by Jaime Del Valle. This is Dick Cutting, inviting you to join us next week at this time when Edmund O'Brien returns as...
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
It's the case of the uninvited guest that'll bring you true police adventures on Gangbusters this evening. Your narrator will be San Francisco's police chief. Gangbusters is heard every Saturday on most of these same CBS stations. Stay tuned now for 5 minutes of the latest news, which follows immediately over most of these same CBS stations. This is CBS, where you meet adventure with Charlie Wilde. Sunday is the Columbia Broadcasting System.
Johnny Dollar.
Johnny, you better come right on back out here.
Yeah, back out where, and who are you?
Johnny, this is Red Barrett.
The fishing guide out there at Lake Mojave Resort?
That's right.
Red.
The best fishing guide west of the Rocky Mountains.
Yeah, I'll go along with you on that, and I should have recognized your voice. But where were you last week when I was out there?
Over to Kingman, Arizona for a couple of days. That's where I ran into some trouble, Johnny. Bad trouble.
Oh, what kind, Red?
Well, when Avery Nicolette died...
Avery Nicolette?
Yes, sir. Well, I went over to bury him on account I was the only real friend he had.
Yeah?
And also to attend to his money and things.
He left them to you, Red, huh?
Well, you see, Avery showed me his will a couple of months ago. He wrote it all out himself, real legal, from some kind of a book he bought.
Yeah?
And he said he was leaving everything to me. Insurance and money and everything.
So?
But when I dug that will out of its hiding place, well, Johnny, somebody changed it.
Well, weren't the police and the insurance company able to see that?
They claim that I'm all wrong, Johnny, but I know better.
You're sure?
Only trouble is, well, Johnny, if you ever expect to see me again...
You mean that somebody's threatening you?
If you ever expect to see me again, you better come out here.
Red.
And if I was you, I wouldn't waste any time. Johnny.
Okay, Red, I'm on my way.
CBS Radio brings you Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar. To the Greater Southwest Insurance Company, attention of Jake Hessler, Kingman, Arizona office. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the will and away matter. Expense account item 1, $154.50 plane transportation from Hartford to New York to Las Vegas, Nevada. Item 2, $50 deposit on a rental car. Instead of driving directly south to Lake Mojave Resort, I took Highway 93 to Kingman, Arizona. I went straight to Jake Hessler's insurance office on East Palm Drive.
Johnny Dollar. Well, sit down, Johnny. Tell me all about you.
Thanks, Jake.
Well, I suppose you're here on account of Avery Nicolette's insurance.
That's right.
Wrote his policy himself. 10,000 straight life.
And the beneficiary?
To be named in his will. That's the way the policy read.
Well, isn't that rather unusual?
It's highly irregular. Took a bit of doing with the company, but that was what he wanted, and that's what he got. And it's made us a lot of trouble.
How, Jake?
Well, first of all, after he died, nobody knew whether he'd even made out a will.
All right, then.
That is, until some old character from old Lake Mojave come along and showed us where he'd hidden it, there in that house he was renting.
That was Red Barrett.
That's right, Lloyd Barrett. He called himself Red.
I understand he was a very good friend of Nicolette's.
Only real friend he ever had, I guess. They used to do some prospecting or cattle raising or something together. And Red was named to get everything Avery had except insurance.
Well, what was there besides the insurance?
Avery's clothes, money.
How much money?
A couple of $1,000 he had in the bank.
Now, look, about that will.
Johnny, we was glad enough to have him find it for us, and it was okay. A holographic will, but okay. But when Red claimed that Avery was leaving everything to him, only the will said otherwise.
Red called me on the phone, Jake.
Yeah, he threatened to do that.
And he told me that will has been tampered with.
That's what he told us, only it wasn't done. And if you don't believe me, you can ask the police and the lawyer about it, only ask them gentle.
Well, what do you mean by that?
Well, they got so fed up with Red having no grounds to substantiate his claim that... Well, they told him if he didn't stop lying about it and bothering them, they'd throw him clean.
Oh, Jake, I know Red. I know him well. I know that now and then he might stretch the truth a bit about some of his experiences. The places he's been, about the big fish over there in Mojave that he knows by their first name.
Johnny, that's the very reason.
But there isn't a malicious bone in this whole party. And I refuse to believe that he'd ever lie or try to pull a fast one for $10,000 or $10 million.
Yeah, but Johnny...
Now, who is supposed to get his insurance?
A fellow named Louis Marino.
Who's Louis Marino?
Well, according to Mrs. Turner...
Who's she?
Mrs. Mary Turner. She was a kind of a nurse and housekeeper for Avery the past few months. A real nice woman.
And according to her,
Well, she didn't know much about this Marino, but she'd heard Avery mention him once or twice, that he lived up in Vegas. And, of course, she saw his name in the will when she witnessed it.
who else witnessed that will?
Old Tim Hansen.
Well, what does he say about it?
Well, Tim got killed about 3 months back one night in April. Got drunk and run his car off the highway down towards Needles.
Well, he's no help. Where do I find this Mrs. Turner?
Still at the house Avery was renting.
And she swears that Marino was mentioned in the will right from the beginning, huh?
Yeah, but your friend Red Barrett...
Okay, Jake, I'll see you later.
You going over to see her?
First, I think I'd better talk to Red over at Lake Mojave Resort and get myself a room for the night.
Ask me, Johnny. You're just wasting your time and your money.
Oh? My money?
Hmm?
I'm on an insurance case, remember? So, I'm on expense account.
What?
Sure, with your company footing the bill.
Now, Johnny...
See you later, Jake. It was after dark when I reached the Lake Mojave Resort. And yeah, Red was waiting for me in his comfortable motel room. We got right down to cases.
And I tell you, Johnny, that when Avery showed me that will, there was never any such a name as Louis Marino on it.
And that was a couple of months ago.
On his birthday, May 11th, I'd taken him a couple of nice steaks to celebrate.
Yeah. Now, what was this about your being threatened?
Threatened?
Well, that's what you implied to me over the phone.
Well, now,
Wait a minute. Were you just stretching things a bit to make sure I'd come out here?
Oh, now, Johnny.
Yeah, I should have known it was something like that.
No, sir. Oh, that is... Well, if you could have seen Marino's face when I told that lawyer, the surrogate, that somebody had meddled with Avery's will, and when I said I was going to send for you...
Red, you old reprobate. You're in about as much danger. Huh?
Now, who'd be out there practicing with a gun this time? And...
Get down. Douse the lights.
Sure will. Johnny, that nicked my shirt.
Out there practicing, huh? Those bullets were meant for you.
Maybe. Or maybe you, Johnny.
And the will and away matter.
I thought Red Barrett there at the Lake Mojave Resort was spinning another one of his yarns when he told me he was being threatened by the beneficiary of the insurance he felt that he was entitled to. That is, until a couple of gunshots crashed in through the window of his motel room.
Yes, sir, Johnny. That Louis Marino knew that I was going to send for you, so those shots could just as well have been meant for you as for me.
Wait a minute, Red. Somebody... Stay low. Leave the lights out.
Hey, Red.
It's Buster. Buster Fabian.
Yeah.
Johnny.
Hi.
Red said you were coming out here to help me.
Yeah, Buster. Pull down the blinds, Red, and turn the lights on again.
Sure, Johnny. Those shots, Johnny, and I heard this window break. They came from a car up on the old mine road above here. And the car took off and went over the hill.
So it looks like Red was right. Red, how much do you know about this Louis Marino?
I tell you, Johnny, I never even heard of him until I dug Avery's will out of the linen closet there at his house, and I saw Marino's name on it.
Only thing I know about him is that he's been living up there in Vegas, working in a garage, about 3.5 months now.
Then he must have arrived there shortly before old Tim Hansen died, which probably doesn't mean a thing.
Well, old Tim was the other witness to Avery's will.
Johnny, I knew old Tim pretty well. He was kind of a general handyman over there in Kingman. I used to have him come over here and give us a hand now and then.
So?
Well, did you hear about how he died?
Sure. Got drunk one night and ran his car off the road.
Only Tim never touched the stuff.
You're sure of that, Buster?
Yes, sir.
Well, did you tell the police and coroner?
Yeah, and I guess they changed their report. Not that it means anything.
I wonder. Let me get some dates straight.
Dates, Johnny?
Yeah, how long was Avery Nicolette living over there in Kingman?
Since January.
And before that?
California, working in the oil field. But the doctor told him if he didn't get over here in the desert, that his lungs wouldn't hold out more than a couple of months.
When did Mrs. Turner take over as his nurse and housekeeper?
Oh, Mary started working for him in March when he took real sick. That's when he made out his will, too. And Mary and Tim were the witnesses.
That's also about the time Louis Marino arrived in Vegas.
Well, yeah.
Johnny.
No, let's not try to tie these things up until we have good reason to.
Well, you ask me.
Then it was back in April that Tim Hansen died.
Yes, sir.
And when did you see the will?
In May. That was the time I almost got killed.
What?
Oh, coming over the pass that night on the way back here, the steering on my car gave out.
Wait a minute. Did anyone examine it after that happened?
Well, I had it fixed, if that's what you mean.
No, that isn't what I mean.
What are you thinking of, Johnny?
Plenty, Buster. Red, where is that will now?
Well, it's still with Lawyer Robbins, I guess.
Over in Kingman?
Yes, sir. He's the surrogate on it. And he lives right over his office on North Poplar.
Good. Then I'm going over there to see him.
You ask me, Mr. Dollar, you're wasting your time, but, well, here you are.
Last will and testament of Avery Charles Nicolette.
And it's all in order. Perfectly legal. I couldn't have dictated a better letter myself. The part that Red Barrett claims was added to is...
To my best and oldest friend, Lloyd Barrett, I bequeath the whole of my estate.
Right here.
With the exception of the proceeds from my life insurance policy, which are to go to Louis Marino of Las Vegas, Nevada.
You see? It's in his same hand.
Yeah, it looks to be.
It is. I even had Mr. Brinkerhoff down at the bank check the handwriting. Even the police brought in a handwriting expert.
Wait a minute.
What?
Have you got a magnifying glass, Mr. Robbins?
Oh, yeah, sure. Now, right here.
Thanks.
Now, listen, Mr. Dollar.
Oh, listen, Mr. Robbins. I don't know whether this last part is in Avery Nicolette's hand or it's just a clever forgery. But if this has been tampered with...
And I tell
But I'll tell you this. I'm betting the Louis Marino was put in after the will was signed and witnessed.
But in that case, the will wouldn't be... Well, what I mean is... Well, that is to say that...
Instead of trying to think of something to say, Mr. Robbins, I want you to call a meeting for me. Tomorrow morning, here in your office.
A meeting?
Where is Marino?
Well, right here in Kingman, awaiting payment
Okay. I'll bring Red Barrett over from Lake Mojave myself, but you get hold of Marino and Mrs. Mary Turner.
Well, now, Mr. Dollar... now, wait.
Say 10 o'clock sharp, Mr. Robbins, okay?
Now, Mr. Dollar...
Okay, I'll see you then. As it turned out, I didn't go back and pick up Red after all. Oh, sure, I started to. Even got a few miles out on the highway. But I ended up by telephoning him from a room I'd taken at a motel right there in Kingman. As for my rental car, well, I don't want to sound dramatic, but what happened was this. About 2 or 3 miles out of town as I was driving along, a funny buzzing noise in the motor. And it stayed real constant even when I slowed down. Well, I've heard that noise before, so I decided to get as far away from that car as I could, but fast. And I ducked behind a mound of gravel there at the side of the road. Yeah. You know something? As the sordid parts and pieces came sailing down around me, I was kind of glad that I had got out of that car. I guess I had underestimated the Kingman, Arizona police. When I called them after having my car blown to bits, I learned from Sergeant Tommy Parker that they, too, had been suspicious of Avery Nicolette's will, and particularly of the main beneficiary, Louis Marino. First thing in the morning at police headquarters, Parker laid out the facts for me.
Well, it was the police up in Vegas who first ran a make on him, Dollar.
Why, Sergeant?
Because he'd gotten thrown out of a couple of gambling joints up there when he tried to get a job.
Before he worked in the garage.
Yeah. Well, the men who run those casinos are a pretty wise bunch. Somebody recognized him as Louis the Penman from Chicago.
Penman? A forger?
That's right, from one of the mobs. Then just for luck, I started checking on this young housekeeper of Nicolette's, Mrs. Turner. Only her maiden name was Mary Polito.
Young, did you say?
Late 30s. Dark hair, dark complexion, real good looking. No wonder she had herself a flock of husbands.
Wait a minute. Don't tell me.
Yeah, Dollar. The last was an old man named Harry Turner. Died about a year ago in a car accident.
Car accident?
The one before was another old man, Lawrence Fulbright. Another car accident.
Same pattern.
But her first husband...
was Louis Marino.
Right.
Well, mister, you've done yourself proud.
Maybe so, but unless we can somehow hold on to them. Which is to say, unless we can find something wrong with that will. And don't forget, the handwriting expert I called in said it's okay.
Sergeant, maybe that expert overlooked something.
Oh?
Come on. It's about time for the meeting at the lawyer's office. Wisely enough, Sergeant Parker decided to stick around outside while I went into the meeting. Present were Mr. Robbins, the lawyer, Red Barrett, Louis Marino. I couldn't blame Red for not liking his looks. And Mrs. Mary Turner. At the moment, Red had the floor.
And I tell you, I don't want the money. I'll give it to charity. But I don't want it going to somebody that Avery never even heard of.
What do you mean he never heard of me, you crazy old bum?
Because he would have told me. That's why. Because he told me everything.
Yeah?
Well, I'm sorry, Mr. Barrett, but I'm sure I heard Mr. Nicolette mention Louis Marino many times. And when I saw his name in the will...
Somebody put it there after I saw it.
You're crazy.
All right, now, folks.
Listen, old man, if you think you can break this
Maybe I can, Louis.
Huh?
Who's this gentleman, Mr. Robbins?
This is Johnny Dollar, Mrs. Turner, investigator for the insurance company.
Well, good. Not that it makes any difference to me whether Mr. Marino gets that insurance money.
Oh, I think it does, Mrs. Turner. Mrs. Mary Polito, Marino, Fulbright, Turner.
What?
Did you toss in a Marino somewhere along there, Johnny?
No, Mr. Dollar.
Listen here, Dollar.
Marino, it may be tough proving that you caused the death of the other witness to that will, poor old Tim Hanson.
It was a car accident. He was drunk. They found the bottle right beside him.
He never took a drink in his life. I suspect that bottle, if there was one, was planted in his car by the mechanic who tampered with his steering.
Who said?
And come to think of it, you are a mechanic, aren't you, Louis?
Sure I am, but that doesn't mean a
it
thing.
might be hard to prove you planted that bomb in my car.
Now listen, Dollar.
You tampered with the steering on Red's and tried to kill him off after you realized he'd seen the original will. But sooner or later, I think these Kingman police will be able to pin these things on you. The only thing I have to prove, though, is that this will was tampered with. And I think I can.
Yeah? How?
Well, I'm sorry, Mr. Dollar, but that will is exactly as it was in the beginning.
Mrs. Turner, did you actually see it written?
Mr. Hanson and I both saw him write it. Then Mr. Nicolette signed it, we signed it, and he folded it up and put it in the envelope.
Oh? This paper wasn't folded before?
No. It was some new stationery he just got himself.
You're sure?
Of course. Why do you ask a thing like that?
The paper has a coating on it, like most papers of this kind. Some of that coating cracks a little bit when it's folded. It takes a magnifying glass to see it.
So what?
So when something's written on it after it's been folded, the ink will spread a bit over the tiny cracks made in the coating.
What?
Yeah. Like it has on this part. That was added later to give the insurance to Louis Marino after Mrs. Turner found the will in the linen closet.
How do you know? No.
Added after the other witness died, after Red Barrett saw it. Take a look with your magnifying glass, Mr. Robbins.
Yes, I certainly shall.
So, Louis, despite your excellent copy of Avery Nicolette's handwriting by writing yourself in over the fold in that paper, you pulled up boo-boo.
You're right, Mr. Dollar. Absolutely right.
Well, Mary, Louis?
All right, Dollar. You see this gun?
Yeah. Louis pulled a gun and started to make even more of a fool of himself. But then Sergeant Parker quietly walked in and took over. And you know something? I think that given time with Mary and Louis in the clink for this forgery, he'll probably pin those other things I mentioned on him. He's a good man. Expense account total, including the blown-up rental car, $3,280. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, a beautiful girl, a terrible storm, and a miracle. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood and is written, produced, and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in our cast were Virginia Gregg, Barney Phillips, Forrest Lewis, Parley Bear, Jack Boyles, Billy Hallett, and Byron Kane. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Jim Matthews speaking.